What's up? This is Eagle Gardens, Eagle Gardens 1 on Instagram, and this is fucking Talking Shit with Eagle, episode 480. Can you believe it? 480? I can't believe it myself. This here is the Darkhorse edition. Hopefully you guys had a great Tuesday. Looking forward to hanging out with you. Not used to this mobile shit, but we'll make it work. We'll make it work, right? I'm trying to get up my chat here. In my live says there's 10 watching. There we are. Who we got in chat? Il Juster, Can Trooper, Chef Light 420, Brittany Teasley. Cheers to you guys, man. This is different. Doing it like this, man. Wow, super different on doing it like this. How's your guys' day? Looking forward to hanging out. What are you guys smoking on? As you can see, it's quite a different environment behind me tonight. Cheers. How you guys doing? All 10 of these cool people already tuning in. A little early tonight, but it is what it is. Kind of roll with the punches, eh? Hopefully we'll get a couple early comers popping in. It's kind of Jack Greenstock's early hour. Light it up again, Tim. Jack, I was just said your name, brother. Just said your name. Hopefully you got some time. Maybe you could pop in, help me out tonight. Get this wormhole rolling. What are you guys smoking on? Australian grown. Cheers to you. Creamy camel. Guest, no guest tonight. I actually had a guest, but being mobile like I have been, I can't figure out how to do it correctly and give the guests the proper respect they deserve. So until I can figure out something a little more, whatever, looks like we'll be wormholing it for a few days. A couple special guests will be hosting throughout the process. Probably Smiley one night. Might get Bingus in here one night to host a couple wormholes until we can get things up and running like they have been. Smoking that Larry OG, man, that sounds really good. Really, really good. Man, this is way different being on the road like this. Not used to it. Hopefully you guys will hang in. Already at Floss 1. Hopefully the one Jack Greenstock getting ready for his Zoom meeting. T. Barrington, what's going on? What is going on? I guess if nobody shows on, I could walk you around and show you the place until somebody gets on. What's up, Naughty Meaty? Nice to see you. Weed Nerd for Life. I've been putting Weed Nerd World on the title. I think I got a little surprise coming for you there. With your guys' input, of course. Always with your guys' input. Man, it's so weird. So weird trying to do it like this. It is what it is. The show must go on. Correct? Correct? Jason Eyestone, cheers to you, my friend. Hopefully you've had a great day as well. I was talking about you today, Miss Nikki. I think you follow a friend of mine up here. Cheers to that. Man, I got to tell you what, man. I've always said that this is a great community in general. And I never realized I have had so many friends as came out of the woodwork lately. Shout out to awesome fucking people. trust issues. What's up, Ken?
What up, man? How you doing?
Pretty good, man. How you doing tonight?
Doing all right. Doing all right. I'm not going to the gym in the morning, so I was able to get on earlier. I'm usually asleep right now.
You buffing up on us?
No, man. I just trying to be healthy. I'm getting older.
Yeah, I agree. It's maintenance from now on.
Yeah.
100% maintenance.
It's just like taking a bowl and smoking a bowl. You got to do maintenance.
Right on. Well, for you dabbers, that's definitely a thing. Every dab's maintenance, isn't it?
Yeah, that's how I feel. I just got a bunch of rosin from the left coast, and this stuff's pretty tasty. It's like a spectrum of 6 different strains. I don't know what strains, but it's pretty fucking good.
Nice. There's Jag.
Those guys on the left coast don't know what the hell they're doing.
Yeah.
What up, Mr. Greenstock?
Not too much. I'm just kidding. Obviously, the left coasters know a little something other than I won't bring up politics, but today was a big election day in California. Anyway, I'm smoking on some. They were going to try and recall the governor. I don't think ended up getting recalled. There was like 40 people to run against him, and it was basically you vote no if you want to keep him, or yes if you want to recall him, and most people voted no. So he's just going to stay in. But I'm smoking on grape bait.
So did you want him out in particular? Or are you on the get him outside?
I'm I think all politicians kind of are dog shit. They're mostly bought and paid for by lobbyists. And I hated Jerry Brown, who was the governor before Gavin Newsom, and I hate Gavin Newsom. I think they've both done a terrible job, but I don't know if there's a person out there that I think would do a great job. I think politics is often very corrupt. Our current system is just not great, but I try to do the best that I can within it without having to be too involved.
Yeah, I just work within the system. I've served underneath a Republican and Democrat. I'm apolitical, man. I don't believe in any of the parties, not even any of the third parties, because as we've seen in elections and stuff, even third party, when they start to gain some traction, they just start throwing in more hurdles to jump over. So it's impossible for a third party to actually become dominant like a Republican or Democratic party. So it's just like, all right, when you enact a party system within the democracy, it actually inhibits the democracy from acting, because democracy is supposed to bring people together. Political parties separate people.
I'm just gonna throw in, and then we'll end the politics. It got serious way too quick. Way too quick.
Sorry.
No, it wasn't. It's just the subject in general. I think, before I was right on the side with you guys, where I wasn't very trusting public figures. But today's day and age, with the youth getting more and more involved, which my kids are surprisingly into politics. This last election, I actually had arguments with them. You know what I mean? With kids over politics. So with that interest there, that's a good thing. And with the internet these days and being able to check and look into things deeper, and them not being able to hide as much shit, I'm optimistic things will get better in time as far as politics goes. Hopefully. But
yeah.
with that,
in regards to like kids these days, though, it's just like they all have cameras and stuff, man. You can't do anything wrong. Like, we're always saying like, yeah, you make mistakes and you learn from them. That's life. Nowadays, kids, they don't get the chance to learn from their mistake because it's caught on video and it's just put out there for years, and they're made fun of and ridiculed, and it's remixed into a song and some sort of dance on TikTok for them. I mean, it's so weird. I feel bad for kids, is all I'm saying.
Cheers, Mr. Green Fingers.
Yeah. I'm going to take a dab and bring it down a notch.
So you guys want to check out that environment real quick? It's kind of a fucking cool place, really. I'm at the tattoo shop. That's where I'm at. hanging out. And so I guess I should just flip it around, right? And I don't need to look at me, right? There we go. All right. Now, how the fuck do I get it to where I can see? I don't like this mobile shit. How do I get where I can just see what I'm seeing? All right. Anyways, there we go. So this is a pretty cool bar right there. That's where I'm kind of hanging out doing the show. Feel free.
What's the name of that tattoo shop?
This is Darkhorse Tattoo.
Okay.
Actually, our friend Big Jar Grows comes up here as well, gets a little bit of ink. This lady's here, pretty fucking cool. Damn, she's all tatted up. Fucking more things in here scary than you can fucking imagine. This motherfucker got me earlier, man. I was walking around and he fucking growled at me. I wasn't expecting it.
I'll say this about Michigan. Fall and Halloween is like a religion up there.
Oh no, this is every day at Darkhorse.
I know, that's what I'm saying. But I'm just saying, like, in general, because like you see this is every day. Imagine what the rest of the state looks like around fall and Halloween.
Oh man, he's got all this shit plugged into. I can't believe it's not fucking going on. Usually fucking all day long this fucking shit's going nuts. You have to fucking unplug it. There it goes. Got this fucking day old.
You're gonna leave that thing on. Someone's gonna walk in the morning for work and it's gonna scare the shit out of them.
It's always on. It's a real Harley. Kind of cool ambiance. This fucker's creepy too. What the fuck is this one? No, this one. This was the unfinished robot from the construction. If you remember me talking about this guy, still gotta wait for the. There's supposed to be smoke coming out these air guns and shit. It's more LED stuff. It was a pretty fun project. It's all like fucking motorcycle parts and shit. You see right there, like some exhaust, fucking gears, a whole bunch of shit, more gears and tailpipe lights up there. Anyways, just give you a little tour of the place. That's why I'm always here. It's a fun place to hang out. All right. Who wants to talk cannabis? Who wants to talk cannabis? I can't even see chat.
Do you have a key to the shop?
I do.
I'm putting in so you could come. But it looks pretty much done now.
Yeah, it's been up and running for a while now. Fucking place is busy. In fact, I'll show you one more other thing that's kind of cool. He fucking he's got the wall. The wall. So after you get your tat done, you get to sign the wall. Basically there. So put your name on the wall. Every time the wall gets full, like it almost is now, takes a photo of it, puts it in the book, and starts clean, starts over. You wouldn't believe how fast that fucking wall fills up right there. And of course, here you go, right there. I'm a staple. Even if I just got a tattoo or not, I walk and put my name on that motherfucker. It's always there. It's always there. All right.
As often as you're getting tattoos, shit. I'm sure you're only signing it when you're not getting a tattoo every so often, because you're getting tatted up pretty much damn near every time you go in that place, it seems like. You're running out of space.
I missed the appointment the other day and I'm fucking bummed about it. And he's been giving me shit about it all day.
What are you getting worked on?
Well, I still got the Shiva up the side that's unfinished in the armpit area. And then I'm still working on the left arm, finishing up connecting the dots there, trying to sleeve that one up. So then I'll be three limbs sleeved at that point, and half my torso done.
Leaving the back still till the very end.
Yeah, I don't get to see the fucking back. What the fuck I want to? That's good money, right there. That'd be filler after I ain't got nothing else to work on right there. And I'll start putting something on the back.
Dude, I don't have a single tattoo.
What would you get if you could?
So the way I would probably do it is I'd probably do a sleeve on my left arm, and from shoulder to wrist, I would probably have it be like a timeline, a progression of like what I've done and everything. Just tell my own story, my own way.
As somebody that's well tatted, if you started out with a sleeve on one side like that, you're already setting the pace. You're setting the pace. You might as well already be thinking about the other arm, because you get feeling. I know this sounds incredibly, but you get to feel kind of like lopsided, almost like things don't fucking balance out when you have like one arm done and shit. It's just, it might. I mean, it's all mental, 100%, but
I'm a very symmetrical person, like you're talking about. So it's just kind of like, for me, that was like a big decision. If I go to do that, to do just the one arm, because I don't want to have it on both. I really don't.
Why just
I'm
the
like
one?
you.
No.
Just how my
If you've
mind
never
works.
had one, one
true,
arm or one sleeve or one tattoo is a lot, Eagle. So like committing to just that is a big thing. So like most people aren't gonna be like, all right, I'm gonna get fully blasted on both arms. You know, maybe he would think that after he got one done. I've never had a tattoo either. My dad was very against them. Rest in peace to him. My thought actually was, for a while, I maybe had thought when they pass away, I'd get like a black and gray, like a portrait, just like something like on the shoulder. But it'd be sort of counterintuitive because he was so against them to do something that he hated. So if I was to do something like that, I think somebody like Kat Von D, not necessarily her, I couldn't fucking afford that, but somebody's really good at like black and gray.
Why was he set against them?
He just was. I don't know if it was a religious thing. He was brought up Catholic, and there's probably a little bit in there, but I think it was just he thought it looks like unprofessional. He also thought that like weed made you lazy. He had kind of a very traditional, old school, old fashioned set of views. So in my lifetime, in his lifetime, I never got one, out of just pure respect. I loved him to his very last day. And another one I thought about maybe potentially was like Hakuna Matata, like from fucking Lion King, like on my ass. And I don't know why. I think it was because
Hakuna Matata.
Fucking welcome in, Johnny. But it was because in one of the, not Billy Madison, his name's Adam Sandler, one of the Adam Sandler movies, I think it was Waterboy, his football coach. He's like, what mama don't know, don't hurt her. And he like pulls down his thing and he's got like a tattoo on his butt cheek. And
Gatorade.
but it means no worries is for anybody who hasn't seen Lion King. But yeah.
We were talking about stoner movies the other night. The Waterboy, that's one of my favorites too. That's one I've watched fucking 100 times right there.
Me too. Most of early Adam Sandler. I wasn't there for the conversation, but I commented Office Space is like one of the best ever, in my opinion. Like, so anybody who hadn't seen that should definitely, it's worth the time invested. It's, to me, like one of the, it's honestly like a monumental, like in your mind, like when you watch something like that, you can't like go back. As far as I'm concerned, like I don't work a corporate job, and I don't think I could because I watched that movie at such a young age. I was like, I'll never fucking work in a cubicle. I'm never going to do a job that I hate, because I saw how much it like was detrimental to him and his psyche, and then like how he overcame it and just all the sort of fuckery. But
dude, I grew up with like my stepdad working for Hewlett Packard and then Cisco Systems. And so like when I was younger, that movie wouldn't have been funny to me because I've been like, that's just normal, right? You know, like that's just like what I knew. But when I was probably like in end of high school going into the military and stuff, when I did see it, oh, it was hilarious. That movie was hilarious to me. And I just kept saying quotes to my stepdad and it just kept going over his head because he's an electrical engineer. He's just kind of like straightforward, kind of nerdy dude, you know, like we're all Catholic from Ohio. We're pretty kind of conservative when we were like kind of not really like that. So like when I moved to the South and stuff and I started throwing lines at him like that, he did not know what to do.
Green fingers, what you got there? You were trying to show us that I can't be the only one. When you were trying to show it, I actually like leaned in. Like,
Oh, my tattoo?
Help and shit. Yeah.
Yeah. All lies, no love. I got that after my girlfriend. I was supposed to, you know, you're gonna be with me forever. All that bullshit. So like, she fucking fucked my best friend. She was my had cheated on me. And so I got that. But she didn't know I was gonna break up with her yet. Like you gave me all lies, no love the whole time, and I broke up with her. I kind of regret getting it, but then at the same time,
Oh, you could always turn that into something else.
all lies,
You could
no
always
love.
turn that into something else. Good artist fix that right up if you didn't want it.
Yeah.
Don't look that bad, but if you didn't want it, a good artist could fix
10
it.
years old now. 10 years old. For 10 years old, not getting touched up, it looks pretty decent for not getting a touch up for 10 years.
I know there's a good tattoo artist in chat right now for Evan Chance. What's up, Pat? Mr. Pat, the owner of Darkhorse, is hanging out in chat tonight. Cheers.
Nice. Welcome in.
I'm doing another callback to Office Space. I got the stapler. Like, I think his name was Milton. It's like, if you don't return my stapler, I'm going to burn the building down.
The red one.
This red stapler. It was a swing line.
There you go.
And I will be honest, this thing is like, it's heavy fucking metal. It is very well built. And I like stapled a tapestry on my ceiling, and people always come over and they're like, how the fuck did you hang that? And it was this, like almost like a staple gun style. Just fucking went around, boom, 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 all the way around. I'll actually show you. Fuck it. Let me.
You could probably even swing that like a staple hammer.
Them things don't work good for like that. You fucking bang up the drywall, put a nice little nick in them. I tried that once or twice. I thought it was a good idea. You go, whack, whack. Oh, fuck, that sucked. Cheers, Johnny. How you doing today, brother?
Doing okay. It was an easy day. I did a lot of sleeping. I pulled a muscle somehow last night in my sleep. Must have been those shrooms.
Must have been a pretty good dream.
It must have been. I remember it though. Shit. Yeah, up on my left upper shoulder, man. It's just if I take the right hit and I cough just the right way, it hurts.
Ouch.
Pokes right into my lung, you know.
Well, since we're on the subject, what about you, Johnny? Any ink?
Oh heck no, man! I got no pokes, no ink on anything on my body. The only type of a tattoo I have is on my leg from when I stabbed the pencil in my I bent over and I had a brand new full length pencil and it stabbed into my hip. I had that thing in my front pocket and it just stabbed into my hip. Yeah. Looks like you got a yeah.
I was fucking like 18 years old. I gotta unclog it sometimes.
Does it whistle?
Oh no, it's fucking barely fits that. I can fit the whole thing through, but I don't. That's how big the needle was when I got it fucking done. It was like fucking 10 millimeter. Fucking popped it right through, and I had a hole in my nose. I was like, oh, I'm 18 and drunk. I shouldn't have done that.
I've done some dumb fucking piercings. My nipple piercing I actually did with a spike. All drunk one night. That's why I don't fucking drink anymore. Fucking all the piercings I have are fucking better than 26 years old, and they were fucking from the drinking days when I'd fucking just fucking do dumb shit, man. I've had some piercings, man. Up here in my shoulder, I had a piercing at one point. Down in the stomach area, I had one that got fucking ripped out playing basketball. The shoulder one got ripped out playing basketball too. Man, and that shit hurts. They came out. But
Eagle,
took their
I feel less bad about the nipple piercings now because I got both mine done when I was in my drinking days as well. It was actually sober the morning after a night of drinking some wine with a ex of mine. And you know what was funny is it was my first piercing ever and only piercings. And the first one, they made me go first, like, because they're like, oh, you've had piercings, to the girl I was with. And they're like, we can't do you first because if he sees you get pierced, he'll probably bitch out. So he's got to go first. So like they have me up or whatever, get a clean needle or whatever. And I'm all kind of like in my head, like, damn, this shit's going to hurt, right? Because I'd never had a piercing ever. So I didn't know what to like base it off of. So I go get the first one and like all my adrenaline's pumping and I barely, honestly, hardly even feel it. It was like nothing. So I was like, oh, that's not bad at all. I like calm the fuck down. He goes around to do the second one and I relax and I'm like, oh, this shit doesn't really hurt. Like people are just exaggerating, blah, blah, blah. Second one, it felt like I got fucking shot in my chest, like fucking dagger, like through my fucking nipple. Like, that needle is not small. And they have to like, you know, thread some jewelry onto it after. So definitely an experience I won't forget. I had them for a few years.
Are they still there?
No, I took them out probably 3 or 4 years ago now. But young and dumb, having fun.
You don't make me feel bad now. I've already put mine back in after all these fucking years and shit. Young and dumb. Must get dumb again when you get older.
No, you're just having fun. Still just having fun.
I'll buy that. Man, it is so different fucking doing this shit mobile, man. So different. Wow. I don't like to be able to say Red Pill's here. I forgot Red Pill's here. Cheers, Red Pill.
Now you know how all of us feel on the mobile.
Cheers, guys.
I said it last night and I'll say it again. You guys are fucking troopers. That's all I can say. I can't wait to get back to my little setup.
definitely. Whew. Man, that kicked my butt. Just smoked me a little bit of that Bubba Haze. My next run of the Bubba Haze is up underneath the Spider Farmer 4000, and it is looking so much better than the last run. Exciting.
Well, you've come a long way, Johnny, since we've met. That's for sure, brother. Long way.
Those lights. Look at those lights.
So how long you been on the air for now, Eagle? You're getting up there to almost the 500.
I know, man. I know. I'm actually excited for 500.
So what are you doing again? I know you said it on one show, but I was like half asleep.
I called out 1,000, and that's not usually that's not counting like the 0.5s. The 0.5s don't count. You know what I mean? I did that on purpose, so they weren't in the main number. But sometimes you have to count them. Like tonight, you have to count it. You know what I mean? There wasn't a spotlight. Shit, it'd take me forever if I went with just spotlights. Holy shit. Yeah.
A lot. Man.
Pretty
awesome.
awesome.
I like that you don't do the, wormhole as like another number like 480 and 481 because it's on the same night or day or morning, whatever you want to classify it as, but it's that for that day, it signifies like 480 and 480.5 is whatever the hell today is, 914 over here still in California. It's probably 915 in Michigan, but the Dark Horse episode will be Tuesday night, you know.
I tell you what, man, this thing as it goes on more and more kind of solidifies its place in my life, to be honest with you. On a personal level, it does. You know, it's really weird how this thing has changed me as a person, and how I just, the path I want to take in life, to be honest with you. My kids very much encourage this, friends encourage this, you guys encourage this, and I don't know. I consider myself to be very lucky on most days that you guys come and hang out, fucking chill. It's pretty fucking cool. Pretty fucking cool, guys.
Jack,
Fuck
I
on
could
my
never,
top.
I could never blow a smoke ring. That was pretty cool.
Oh, I
Love to
think
do that.
I'm like the
Yeah,
caterpillar.
Eagle's pretty cool. Too.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Modern Genetics is asking when is Slightly Stupid coming on. Well, I had to back off on that a little bit until I could like steady out a bit before I got Slightly Stupid on. So they'll be the next few days. I just want to make sure I'm in a good spot when I've got them on. So
Totally makes sense. Totally makes sense.
Shit, I had to cancel tonight's guest because I wasn't sure how to do it like this. I mean, this right here's weird to me. I mean, just setting up and everything. I was a little nervous when I first got started tonight, man. Being so unfamiliar where I'm at, the setup, not being able to fucking comment and chat and all that's super different. But like I said, show must go on, even if you have to improv once in a while, right?
Well, it seems like a good connection.
Oh yeah. 5G, man, over here, man. This shit works good over here. You get out of the forest a little bit, shit works, I guess.
Have
Yeah.
you looked at Starlink or whatever? The internet, it's for like rural places. It's satellite.
I did look into it like a few months ago when you guys suggested it, and it was still like a year from being available in my area. But you could invest. That's the funny part. I thought they were like, well, you can put your money down and as soon as it's available,
Dude, Ting Internet tried to do that shit with me because they have fiber, and like I'm in an area, AT&T has fiber, but just not in my neighborhood or whatever. So they're like, oh, and they're marketing at my city, and like there's like a little girl walking around like the beaches here, and like naming the city specifically, like, oh, Ting's in your city, blah blah blah. So I like go to check it out, try and sign up, and they're like, you can place a deposit down so that we'll know you have interest in your area. What the fuck good is that gonna do me?
If I'm prepaying like that, you better lock me in on one hell of a rate or give me some kind of fucking cash off the future profits. That's the way I see that shit.
Lock me into some of that their profit sharing, yep. So I made me up some cookies today. Or was that today? Yeah, that was today. Yeah.
How many
Already
did
forgot.
you eat, Johnny?
Look like a baller today
about
to me.
4. It's not a real strong batch, so I wanted to go easy on it the first one, so.
Got you spaced out enough. Can't remember if you've been awake for a day or not.
Well, it got me, yeah.
Where was I the last 4 hours?
Yeah, I made some medicated chicken too, and I ate some of that as well, so, I'm doing it. I'm doing good.
Every time from here on out, when I hear medicated chicken,
I know.
think of Can of Butter Babe. I always think of her in that episode. Actually, she had a live stream on the other day, and I popped in just for funsies. And I'll be damned if she did not miss a beat on calling me out in like 2 seconds. Hi, Eagle. I was like, oh shit, oh X. I hung up.
Where's my gift basket? Oh,
Well,
shit.
maybe.
You owe me, right?
Man, it's a shame that ended the way it did, but there was some entertaining moments, but definitely got unprofessional there. Talking about the family and stuff at the end of that episode, sadly. But the chicken and all that stuff was golden. And I still, whenever Johnny says it, I think he says it with like a little bit of like her tone and an inflection, because when she gave the tutorial, that's when he started making the chicken, if I remember correctly. It was like the next day or like within the week.
I'd planned on making it, and you know what the hell? I seen it do it. I said, "Well, shit, I'm going for it now." So I've made brownies. I've made cookies. What else have I done?
Chicken,
butter. I got oil. I made tincture. I haven't distilled out the tincture yet to reduce it down to RSO, but I'm planning on doing that.
It's funny you said a tincture. My refrigerator broke maybe yesterday, and the person who came over to try and fix it today, he's like looking in the freezer to try and like hear if a fan's running or whatever, and like we left our stuff in there because it's still retaining most of the cold because we're just not opening it a bunch. But there's a bunch of cannabis alcohol like that it is technically a tincture. We just haven't reduced it down to, we normally make RSO out of it. But the guy is like, is this alcohol? He's like, you're not supposed to freeze. He like told, I wasn't there actually, my wife was, but she told me, he's like, you're not supposed to freeze that or something. It's like,
why?
I don't know. I really don't think that he had any idea what the fuck he was talking about personally.
Yeah, I don't think so. No, I think he was saying it's not going to freeze.
Oh yeah, like it won't.
You know, not supposed to put that in the freezer. It won't freeze.
I don't think he understood the concept of what we were doing, and probably for the better. So,
in my drinking days, I used to keep my my liqueur in there, so I'd bring it out, and give me a shot of some different shit.
When I'm doing my RSO, if I want it stronger, if I leave it in there, I'll actually, put it in there, put the alcohol and the cannabis in the freezer and let it sit overnight, then strain it out. It'll be a little bit more sedative, better for sleep. I have found anyway, the longer set like that, but you got to keep it cold. Room temperature, letting it sit like that for 24 hours doesn't seem to work as well, in my opinion.
That's good to know.
Any thoughts on that, Jack? Man, I don't like not being able to see everybody. It kind of sucks.
I know, that's the worst part about the phone. Once there's more than 4 people, I'm like, oh man, I can't I gotta swipe, and then I gotta, and the speaker view is not like ideal either, because if there's somebody like, showing something, or I don't know, something happens on screen, you want to be able to see it. It's difficult.
So Jay, if I give you like host powers, can you put us on gallery?
I don't know. I was actually about to say I'm about to jump into the chat, and I got an early morning tomorrow, so I was about to say peace out.
Sure. I come on early, just hoping to get a Jack visit, hang out for a while. First one to bail. Sure, Jack.
How close are we to the next 20?
20 minutes. Yeah.
20 minutes. Yeah. 20 from the 20.
20 minutes, Jack. Come on.
I
totally
just,
peer pressure. Come on, Jack.
I'm gonna go off camera for a little bit, but I'll hang around for at least the 20, and then I'll bounce.
There you go. There you go.
That's peer pressure.
I'll be right
back. So what's up, Red Pill? You seem like you're in a better mood tonight.
I don't know. On the spot. No, it's all gonna go. I don't know. I had a normal day, had fun playing with the puppy. Had my favorite meal of the week, pizza. I don't know, that puts me in a good mood.
Thin
Saw that it
crust.
was an early wormhole. Hopped in here. I actually was about to fire away on some tincture talk, if you don't mind.
Sure,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Fire away.
Okay. Well, yesterday we were talking about doing stuff to maybe like get the CBN numbers up. And for a tincture thing, I was thinking of it as like a whole concoction. There'd be like several different preparations and several different rinses or durations of time and temperatures that I would have certain things. They would all get remixed after it's all, evaporated off at the end. But the goal would be to get basically everything from like THCA up until like maybe chlorophyll, but literally everything else, the waxes, fats, all the cannabinoids in their acidic forms and in their decarboxylated forms. But that'd be take, several different methods of doing that. You couldn't just one and done, do it like with some herb that you put some room temperature, like you're saying. I wouldn't even ever do it with isopropyl alcohol. Let's say if you did, you put it in there for X amount of time, it's at room temperature. The longer amount of time you have that, X how much that you ground up the material is how fast chlorophyll is going to become soluble in that solution. So just going up until then, but then say you just went, I don't know, some kind of method of heating up the solution to get rid of the alcohol. Going past 200 degrees is going to decarboxylate everything anyways.
You lose a lot of that 200 though, don't you? Don't you want to
Yeah,
stay
that's what I
more
mean.
to like 165 somewhere in
That's
that?
why I would do a whole nother batch where I'm doing it where it's crucial that I'm saving all the terpenes and lower volatility stuff. So that stuff, like I said, I'm not afraid to use even like liquid nitrogen. And I've seen a whole method where you use liquid nitrogen actually to turn alcohol into a solid, just like how it evaporates at positive 173 degrees Fahrenheit, it turns to a solid when it's negative 173 degrees Fahrenheit. And the person that was doing this was trying to assure people that as long as you don't let that mixture rise above negative 30, chlorophyll will never become soluble in it. So depending on, like, this guy had a whole setup that he had fabricated. It was like a double jacketed thing where the solid alcohol and bud went into the inner chamber and the outer chamber was, CO2 or dry ice and alcohol. So it was jacketed and this whole thing never like rose above or got warmer than negative 60 degrees Fahrenheit. And he was making basically what looked like shatter with alcohol. Not
It's kind of a
BHO.
quizo, ain't it, when you take it to a shatter-like form?
Yeah, but yeah, so then you mix those two, right? And you got the opposite ends of the whole spectrum that you would do. Even like I said, you can go a third. Maybe you might think of that first example that I gave as one end of the spectrum. That would probably be even like the central part of it, because if you did try to do some sunlight tech versus leaving material in an oven for a longer duration of time, maybe like a whole day at 200 degrees, or even using old material, aged material, whatever way you have CBN there. So now, like I said, you have everything from THCA to all the terpenes to normal THC to any other minor cannabinoids that would be there, to almost an entire fraction of CBN added to it as well. So, and like some people say, full spectrum should go as far as to chlorophyll, but I don't know. I think it can be green, but once it's green, obviously you can't smoke it. It's not going to be an enjoyable smoking process. So I'd rather have something that's topical, edible, dabbable, whateverable, all at the same time.
So I was talking about the CBN today. I'm glad you actually brought it up, because it just gives me more to talked to this gentleman about, because he's got super bad back problems. But one of the things I told him, and maybe you guys will agree or not agree, hopefully you guys got some input on this, but in my opinion, I think CBN is probably the most dangerous out of all the molecules and the one that has more room for abuse. Any thoughts on
that? Well, what I think is where a lot of us experienced it and what changes the high, and where I think of the term stoned actually comes from, and like where that kind of switched, and where like a lot of the bad connotations and examples for stoners to be, and like sitting on the couch and all that, that was all like super highly processed and whatever transferred material that definitely by time to a lot of people smoking it, even if it was like an outdoor batch that lasted all the way in certain regions to like almost the entire next year where the next batch was coming around, that definitely had CBN in it. And yeah, people were smoking the shit out of that to where, yeah, I would think you're saturating the specific cannabinoid receptors that you have for CBN to where like maybe in the later life you can't get the cure to get relief, or you can't get relief from it as easy because one, now maybe say you went the whole route of you procure your own medicine and you're, anal retentive about it, and you get to the point where you're growing it really well and it's really clean and it's really good and cured. That medicine that you got, the highest cannabinoid is probably going to be THCA and the least amount CBN. So if CBN is what you're looking for, if you actually have to use it, when you were a kid, you were oversaturating yourself, and now it's hard to find. So.
Cheers to SoCal who just came in, and Canna Trooper just jumped out silently. So I think
I called him a fucker in chat. We just gave you all that shit for staying till 4:20, and then he sneaks out on us.
Straight up give the smiley slide.
Smoke bomb.
So SoCal.
How you guys doing?
Good. We were talking about CBN, and Eagle said he thinks it's one of the ones that's most abusable. Red Pill kind of weighed in. I was just going to add something I heard from Potent Tonic Steve, and something I've seen from people that are taking it extracted, because you can get it from hemp, you can get it from cannabis. There's a bunch of ways to get and or make CBN, but it can be used almost like a roofie, where people pass out for like 18 hours if they take a high enough dose, and they're so out cold that people try and wake them up, and they just don't wake up. So there is a potential for abuse. With that being said, people should know their dose and be careful of whatever drug they're taking, cannabis or otherwise, even cannabis derivatives like Delta-8, different things. You should understand what it is before you take it and where it came from. I didn't
First time I heard about it, I met a cat that had brain cancer, and he couldn't have THC, but he could have CBD, and he had just, for the first time, had tried the CBN. And I was like, man, I ain't never even really heard of, what that molecule does or anything. He said, usually I dab a whole gram of CBD. He said, man, I dabbed a whole gram of that CBN. He said, I didn't wake up for 2 fucking days. I didn't wake up for 2 fucking days after that day.
Whoa.
Like, holy shit.
Okay, now let's turn this around though. Like, what about people with like really bad, like really bad, like, clinically bad insomnia problems, where they've been in trials for medications and nothing works for decades?
That's me, man. That's why I make CBN, high CBN RSO. But it's just one of those things. People that need it can access it. Breeder Steve's talked about. Often he just makes it by using a lot of heat. Adding additional heat to a high THC concentration will convert a fair amount of it to CBN over a certain amount of time. I think he does it in an oven or with a pressure cooker, because he said he converts like up to 90% within a few hours, and he does it in his kitchen. So I'd imagine it's a pressure cooker, but I've seen other people try. Like there's a future 4200 cannabis forum where they talked about taking THC distillate and then trying to convert it to CBN distillate.
Yeah, theoretically you could make THC distillate, reclaim, stab a bunch of THC distillate, reclaim it, distill it one more time. And yeah, like I said, there's a certain amount, I think about 70% is converted from CBN from THC.
And they were not even like dabbing it. They were trying to like process it purely from 99.99% THC to as close to that CBN concentration as they could.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they were getting 90%. So they'd lose like 10% yield on each time. But that was the best I'd seen anybody reporting. But I'm curious what Breeder Steve got. He kind of purports that his method it's one that he's not sharing. It's proprietary. So I know my method is I just take RSO and I let it sit on a fucking silicone baking sheet or like silicone muffin cup.
Mm-hmm.
And you sit that on a coffee mug warmer, which mine gets up to like 240 degrees, depending on how many like layers of silicone I want to put in there. But if I'm trying to let it get hot, you can just let it sit for days and it'll bubble off if there is any residual alcohol. But more so than that, you're converting a lot of that THC to CBN. And I've taken it myself and I've given it to others. And we're talking, you don't need a gram of this stuff. 0.1, 0.2 grams will put you to sleep for like 4 to 6, maybe 8 hours solid. And I was one of those people who used to have insomnia. I used to like suffer from it. Cherry pie was the only strain that helped me, along with like Deadhead OG and a few others. But I've tried hundreds, and only like on one hand I can count strains that in flower or concentrate would help.
Mm-hmm.
And then I found out about CBN, and it really did quite a number on my insomnia. I sleep pretty good now regularly, and a big thanks to that is CBN. Linalool also helps. That's why a lot of the lavender products are pushed, but heavy linalool strains might also have
Yeah,
benefit.
I'm gonna try and find it again. I don't know if you listened to, I think it was either last night's Worm Hole or the one before. I saw a Chinese study, and I'll just preface a lot of people, Chinese study, propaganda, blah, blah, blah. But they basically figured out how to turn leafhoppers, which were a pest for them, into a supplement basically for linalool. And it actually ended up being an insecticide for the actual leafhoppers that they're trying to get rid of. The test crop was rice.
I know. I actually had that sent in my cheap home grow group. I think Matthew Gates sent it. But it's an interesting article, and linalool is definitely a powerful, and most terpenes are actually powerful insecticides. Limonene is also considered an insecticide, and those are two that are actually found. Humans have allergies to it. So if you see a lot of like the people breaking out in hives and trim rooms and shit, a lot of that is reaction to just overflow of terpenes. And certain people don't react well to them. It can also strip paint or clean floors. Like if you've heard of Pine Sol, that's pinene with limonene and a combination of other things.
Terpenoid.
Yeah. Those things at high enough concentrations are cleaners.
Yeah. I want to go back to the RSO. So my distiller that I got, the little water distiller I got, I read on it, it gets up to between 210 and 215 is the temperature range. So, and it runs for for 5 hours. And my neighbor has one, and he said he did it with water, and he said he had to run it for 4 hours because if he went to 5, it would dry it all the way down and have a film on the bottom of the insert. So I'm thinking I'm going to run it for like 3 hours and let her.
Is he running it with cannabis in there as well? He's not just.
No, he was running it with just water. I'm going to put my alcohol in it and use it as a distiller.
The only thing I'd say is just the way it's set up. You don't want the volatility of the alcohols, in any type of sparks, or it's the same thing with butane or anything. You're heating up alcohol.
Oh yeah,
volatile.
Right. Exactly.
Could you use
it's
a fan speed controller to like limit some of the power so you brought the temperature down?
I don't know. It's a good question.
I don't think it would operate properly for the distilling process at a lower temperature, because even like under vacuum, the device I have, the extract craft, it gets up to like, I think 201 degrees.
I thought
And-
that went at 185. I could be wrong. Obviously, I could be
Yeah, I for some reason think it's 201, but whatever it is, get it to a boil. It's probably lower because it's under vacuum. But
Well,
whatever
I
the
figure
temperature is.
if I can reclaim half of the alcohol, I'd be happy. You know. So I'll reclaim it, put it into another jar, and wait for the next time, and then pour that in along with the next to fill it
I
up.
think it was you, Jake, that we had on one night. We were talking about the solubility of alcohol. Even though you can reclaim the alcohol and you get a lower proof, does that affect the solubility in the
Like-
long run?
Some people talk about polarity, like if the polarity of it is changing. Personally, I've done run after run, and you get like 90 to 95% back with the device, and eventually you just lose the gallon.
Right.
So I will never have it long enough for it to reach its polarity shifting or solubility point. In my experience, it's
As
worked
long as
every
it's-
single run until it's gone.
As long as it's not in the presence of water, you're just evaporating off alcohol. The only thing you're going to lose is the volume or the mass of the alcohol. It doesn't drop
Right.
in purity.
But it's like ability to strip the plant from its oils, for example. Like some people thought, like even for whatever reason, after X amount of times, it would lose its effectiveness, so to speak. Whatever is causing that, I'm not sure.
Well, I don't know about. I do know in more like the efficient laboratory setups that that's not a problem. But I don't know about extract crap. Like I said, in theory, it should be that you're only losing mass. You're not dropping in proof.
The proof
Yeah.
will increase if you use a lower quality alcohol. So like if I put like Smirnoff in there, which is like 80 proof or 40%, that'll go up
Right.
in quality. It'll filter out the impurities of that and make it more of a pure.
So you
but
usually
stronger.
get to about
But I put in 190 and it comes out 190. I'm not
Right.
like able to test that, but it smells the same.
No, you're
It
right.
looks the same.
And you can test it. I forget the exact, it's like not a hydrometer, I forget the actual term, but it's specific to alcohol. Very simple. It's a little test tube filled with some diluted solution of something that lets you test the density of a certain liquid. So you can test the proof of alcohol real easy doing that, just to make sure.
So I'm curious, Jack. When you distill yours, does it leave any kind of a residue of any sort inside the tubing?
So I'm not distilling anything. Well, I guess it could be considered a distilling process, but the device has what they call a crucible, and it's got a coating on it, which is like a non-stick coating. It's some sort of ceramic. It almost looks like if you spackled your garage. Well, that is where the alcohol is placed into, and there's a glass window above it, and then there's an area around it. You put an ice pack on top, so it makes the alcohol condense up. It wicks up and drips down onto the sides. So what you're left with on the inside is the oil, which is like a very thick, dark tar if you just let it run. You can pull it while it's still like boiling and bubbling, but I try to get as much of the alcohol off as you can in the process.
Cheers,
So-
everybody. It is the 20 after. And just because I
Yes.
was curious, Jack, again, this is just the first article that came up. I Googled the source extract or the temperature. And the first article that came up, it says it operates between 100 and 105 under vacuum.
Oh, so it was 100, not 200. There we go.
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
I was way high, 185. Way high at 185.
So
Cheers,
is mine
everybody.
going to
I'll
really,
step outside
is it going to
and,
cook it
smoke.
out or what?
It cooks out a lot of the good stuff, the terps and a lot of the, you are burning off some stuff. That is for sure. Like I said, I had this conversation one time with a Jizzy grower, Pedro's wife,
Right.
girlfriend, whatever. And that's what she told me is that the distiller, because I seen it on YouTube, them using the distiller. And I thought, wow, that's a cheap, inexpensive way to do it. And then I talked with her about it and she kind of like basically talked me right out of it. And so you were losing too much all in all. All the good stuff.
So it'd probably be better to use my
I use a chocolate warmer to evaporate. I know you're not getting anything back. You're definitely losing everything. But for, you know, a home user that, you know, this is the way I see it. You know, RSO, if you were going to go to buy some RSO from a provisioning center or whatnot, that shit adds up super quick. I mean, what's a fifth of, you know, grain alcohol, $20, an ounce of weed, and then the yield that you get from the RSO, even if that you're wasting it, is still an incredible
Johnny,
savings.
When I make it back to my storage apartment in Colorado, I'll just send you my simple distillation setup. It's a 500 milliliter flask, so I'm sure it's a half liter, so I mean, it's gonna be plenty enough to do. So you're gonna have to wait a little bit longer. The extract craft and things under a vacuum are gonna work a lot faster. You can still use a vacuum to do this. I'll teach you how to do that if you want, but it's more of like a 7-hour thing versus like a 2-hour thing. So,
I got you. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, it's been sitting for ever since I put it together. I got it all strained out and everything. It's just the alcohol, and it's a tincture right now. So I'm just waiting to do the rest of it until I understand what I'm doing, you know?
Yep.
So I'm guessing it's probably not a good idea to use my water distiller because it's going to burn off a lot of the good stuff.
Now, a good way I could be wrong here too. It sounds like Red Pill's made more RSO than I have, but isn't it a good way to test it that even if, especially if you're using grain alcohol, it doesn't really matter if you've got all the alcohol out, but don't you test to see if you've got most of that out by putting a couple drops of water in there, and there's a little bit of reaction there that should tell you that the alcohol's gone, should bubble or some shit.
Well, the way that works, there's a couple of principles to that. Rick Simpson did that. It's a way to just drive off. It is a practice in organic chemistry with a lot of other things. You're trying to distill the very last of something out without running your boiling flask dry. But basically what you're doing with those couple of droplets of water is you're keeping it in a solution so it doesn't go dry or burn or, onto the surface of your boiling flask. And water evaporates at 212 degrees, where alcohol is at 173. So if you put the water in there and then you get the water to boil off, you knew for sure you got the alcohol to boil off. The alcohol is gone way a long time ago by the time you get the to dry.
Gotcha. Off. That totally makes sense. Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This hit's for Jack for staying. Cheers, Jack. Thank you, brother. What are you smoking on, by the way, Jack?
I think
gone?
he disappeared. Yeah, I think he disappeared.
Us.
Yeah, he did.
I don't like this.
I don't even notice that. He slid out the back door.
Here anymore.
Yeah, it was just kind of like, boop, he was gone. It might have been right when you said something too.
Cheers, Jack.
Cheers, Jack.
Oh, I hate.
Yeah, so I think I will, since I do have plenty of alcohol at this point, I will sacrifice this first one, and I will do it with my my chocolate melter, and let it slowly boil off.
I like the chocolate melter a little bit better than the rice cooker, just because it's a slight slight lower temperature than the rice cooker. That's what some people.
And not only
use
that,
instead.
it's got a silicone container inside of it too. So
Sweet.
Yeah,
that's
low
easy
and
to get out of. What was that?
low and slow is good.
Yeah. Okay. So it looks like that's what I'm going to do then.
Mhm.
I will do it that way, and I'll just keep that sucker for my distilled water.
Plus, like I said, I don't want no malfunctions happening because it's not rated or made to do with alcohol. You know, could have a little fucking bottle rocket or rocket ship on your hands. You know, there, like a steam pot, but alcohol steam pot. And then if it's not bolted to anything, it's gonna go flying across the room.
What are you saying?
Oh, it's just a danger when you have heat and evaporating alcohol combined. It's, you know.
Well, yeah, that'll be
it's
done
a
outside.
situation. Oh, I know, but I'm just saying if it were to happen, you know, that there it goes, you know.
Well, you can get drunk off them fumes too, just by breathing them in. It's
Yep.
not just a flammability risk. You can actually get fucked up by alcohol vapors. Super fucked up.
Yeah, alcohol vapor will actually fuck you up worse than drinking the alcohol.
Wow.
And it's quicker as well.
It absorbs through the eyes and stuff, as well as through the lungs, because you're breathing it in.
And
Wow, that's crazy.
Your liver doesn't process it. That's the big thing. It's just much as like butt chugging or boofing it.
Oh shit! I didn't think of it like that, but yeah, yes, you're right.
I'm sorry. What did you say?
Which part? The butt chugging or the boofing?
Boofing.
Both of them. What the hell are both of those?
Butt chugging
These
famous.
are the things that the young kids are doing.
No, not even the young
No.
kids. The rock stars started doing it first, and then the young kids heard about it, and then the rock stars were like, "Oh, that's
Okay,
no fun."
sorry. It was a very professional thing, and then the youth
It
ruined
was.
it like everything.
It was a fucking professional thing. Don't get me started, Red Pill. I miss boofing while smoking alcohol. But these kids made it so hip. They made it hip, and now it's not cool. So no more boofing for me.
Yes,
Just kidding. But, oh, stop scratching me, guys. I'm getting jumped.
Yeah, basically what it is, Johnny, what it is basically is you're drinking your alcohol through the outdoor, if you know what I mean.
Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really? Okay. That's
And
interesting. Never heard of that.
they say that like one drink, you know, going in through the outdoor is
Like one
equal
swig, not even
to
no swig.
yeah,
Whole
it's
bottle of vodka.
yeah.
Yeah.
One shot equals one bottle, basically.
Yeah.
No kidding. Oh my God.
Chat's probably just loving us for this conversation. But
Yeah.
just because we're on that area, as far as like cannabis goes, I've heard and I've never tried. I have an interest in it, especially if it's cannabis. I'll fucking talk to you about it. But I've heard that cannabis is suppositories. That like there is like as with the alcohol, there's like a sweet spot to where like you insert it so far and then it's like medicine too far, completely fucked up.
Well, that's something we'd have to ask Aldridge about because he seems to know a little bit about that.
I don't know nothing about it. So.
Well, he's always talking about that's the best way to take RSO.
It's the best. It is the best way to take anything. If you're trying to get like
Start
fucking,
waking up. Is RSO
The
in your blood?
suppositories were how Tommy Chong beat his prostate cancer, were through the suppositories. It wasn't through smoking weed or RSO.
So
Kind of
I
makes
guess
sense because it bypasses everything.
I'm like,
yeah, it's absorbing straight in without having to go through the normal
Through the
channels.
kidney.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
There's no filter, basically.
Yeah, it's not going through the stomach. It's not getting dissolved by acids. It's not getting anything. Yeah, that makes sense.
Has it given you some ideas?
No, it's not. I was just thinking about it. That does make sense.
Where's that fucking topic wheel when you need it?
Well, I know. Here, I'll run off into another direction. I used to do end of life care, and inside the end of life kit, which was a kit of drugs, basically,
Octocavorcans? End
it
of
had.
life?
No, it was not like that. No.
Oh.
But it had suppositories that were supposed to help with pain, basically, if they were unable to take pain medicine of any sort. Because it gets to that point when they're unable to consume any kind of a liquid or anything like that. So,
Man, it is already chilly up here in northern Michigan.
I can go more into not a RSO or anything tincture thing, but I don't know. Does anyone know what hexy hydrocannabinol is? HHC,
no.
not THC.
School us,
Okay.
Red Bill.
It's
Yeah. What's that? Never heard of it.
Hydrogenated form of THC. It's similar to the process that they use to make vegetable oil margarine. It's not a real good sell for it. Who likes margarine? I don't.
Right.
But I'll skip the science detail, but basically it's just converting THC into some HHC. It entails you need to fuse hydrogen. That's why it's hydrogenated. So you use an atmosphere of hydrogen. So you have to vacuum out normal atmosphere, or what the air is normally filled with. Then you pump in hydrogen gas. And then you have whatever you're trying to hydrogenate, in this case THC, under some kind of solvent, and that's swirling in a, you basically put a big old clump of palladium on carbon. And palladium is it's kind of like platinum. It's in the same family of elements, but it's really good at taking hydrogen out of the air. And when it's mixed, in a flask with spinning and under heat and something that's diluted into a solvent, it does a real good job of transferring the hydrogen from that atmosphere of hydrogen that you put into the flask directly into the THC. So basically it converts it from THC to HHC. And through the knowledge that I learned about it from on Hash Church, the Dr. Schaldown that did it, apparently they did a THC version and a CBD version. And they did THC and HHC, and the CBD with, I guess it would be HCBD, in a trial for I'm not sure if it was rats or mice, in some kind of tumors that they had. And the HHC was better and more effective than the THC, but even more surprising, the hydrogenated form of CBD was the best one of all, which is kind of funny because normal for shrinking tumors and that kind of cancer stuff, that's a THC job, not so much CBD. But the hydrogenated form of CBD seemed to do a better job than THC alone, and even the HHC. But then, anyways, that's a whole another project that I'd really like to do, because it's really not that hard or whatever, not that. Whatever.
difficult to do. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
difficult or
did you hear,
complicated.
was that an Israelite kind of a scientific project there, or where did that come from?
Well, just because I get inspiration from a couple other YouTube channels that literally have nothing to do with weed, but I think that what
Right.
they're doing is really cool, and there's same kind of format of education. They might not ever get the idea or the drive to do an episode like what I'm talking about, but I'm smart enough to set up why did I say it like that? I can set up a camera and you know, the videography portion of that isn't a problem. It's just trying to convince this person that's already capable, you know, well beyond the whatever the pay grade of doing this. So they're not going to do it because they're not involved in cannabis or enthusiastic about it. If you present them that idea, they might even get all crazy. They're like, "Whoa, I'm not going to put that kind of thing on my channel. How dare you even ask? I'm offended." You know, that kind of thing. So it's kind of
Right.
like
Yeah.
for me to want to be able to do, but along with how to make, you know, whatever intricate tinctures, I would like to do HHC, and another one that's real popular nowadays too is the THCO. And I think I've asked before too if people know like the best way of uploading that and, you know, like whatever archiving that besides YouTube would be, because YouTube's obviously gonna have a big fucking problem.
What's the O part of it?
Oh, the THCO, it's actually THC acetate, so it kind of throws. Why wouldn't it be just THC acetate or even THCA? Well, because THCA is already taken, they just make it THCO. But it's kind of, it has a little bit more solubility in water. It's changing it completely. I know less about the effects of it. I don't know if you ever seen the brand, the Clear, like how I have distillate here. They're pretty much popular for being one of the first brands to put distillate out there and, you know, mass volume and stuff. But forget the guy's name, Chris Bernoulli, something like that. Guy who runs that, or the engineer, you know, mastermind behind all that. Same place, Hash Church. He also showed off some THCO way back in the day. But that actually comes from the formula for that, where people can find. It's a book called Cannabis Alchemy. And that's really fucking old. I think it's like 1975 or 78 or something. And that goes into detail. Forget if it was like a High Times thing or if it was a whole nother book completely. But it was that like a little pamphlet thing that you could order, and you would order this same thing like how an extract craft is, but it was made like in the 70s. But you could make your own RSO/alcohol extract at home, and it was this big contraption. They put alcohol in, it heated up, had the, you know, condensing portion of it and condensed, and recollected your alcohol and left you with whatever honey oil or whatever you would call it back in the day. Oh yeah, there's like
And it came out really clear, right? Like a yellowish kind of.
yeah. Because, you know,
I
a lot of the times
remember that
people,
stuff.
a lot of the times, you know, the culture, certain drug cultures mixed for a lot of this, where information come and people brought, you know, obviously knowledge from one drug scene to the next. So a lot of cannabis extraction information at first was used with a lot of solvents that were normally made for like cocaine extraction. So a lot of honey oil that was originally produced was made from ether. And that basically left off, you know, pure yellow oil or runny yellow oil, because same thing, that took a whole lot more heat, more than alcohol, more than water to drive off.
Okay, so in '79, I got some. I went to a friend's house to get some stuff, and they called it honey oil, and it was rather runny, you know, but it was very thick as well. You know, the viscosity of it was a lot thicker than I was, and but it did have that yellow kind of a tint to it. Well, I'll tell you what, man, I took one hit off of it out of a little pipe that she had.
Mhm.
I didn't want any more of it. It was too strong for me.
Yeah, that most likely could have been an ether extract or diethyl ether.
Yeah, it got me so messed up. I didn't want anything to do with that. You're muted, Eagle.
Hell yeah. Oh, great.
I love the Trailer Park Boys, the fucking honey oil episodes where they turn that fucking whole crop into honey oil. And they're fucking selling it to Skid Row, Sebastian Bach there and shit. He's coming over and picking that shit up. That's a fucking, I can miss this show. It's been a while since I watched that shit.
Yeah, so I think it'd just be cool. I know there's not really like a channel for this kind of content, but in the future, I think it'd be cool to like have that. You know, like I guess it would be a tutorial, whatever, but it'd be like every facet of every extract and crumble
I'm
episode.
well open.
I
Why
make
wouldn't it be
crumble.
suited for this channel?
Yeah.
I don't think I could get, well, we could do it. We're doing it right now, so that's part of
Yeah.
it. But I mean, I don't think I could get away with posting it on YouTube. You know what I mean? The actual videography start to finish is how you do it. I think they
There's a lot of
scrubbed all
people
those
that do it. I mean, for Girly got away with it for a long time. Other people's done extractions. What's the worst they can do? Take down 1 or 2 episodes? I mean, I don't think they'd crash the channel, but
I've
I'm open
actually
to it.
seen some stuff on online about that stuff on YouTube, I believe.
Yeah,
I mean, I've
willing
seen
to
people progress with
diversify.
it. I've watched DMT extraction videos and psilocybin extraction videos. So, I mean, I've even seen trinitrotoluene synthesis. That's TNT for anyone, dynamite.
Yeah.
They got those videos on YouTube. So I guess maybe.
Yeah, they got how to make opium videos. Like you grow poppy seeds and then you make the opium just like they do.
Shit. Some of them Indira episodes, I'm still surprised that it fucking aired, man. He fucking outright gave the recipe, I think, one night for fucking mescaline. How to order it, pretty much what to do, a few other things, a few other extracts like that. I'm like, the whole time he's talking about it, I'm thinking, oh, this one's getting taken down. This one's getting taken down.
So now I don't know if anyone on here follows Niall Red. He's a young guy from Canada, really genius chemistry guy. But his thing there's a few other people. One of the people are really into this, they might know a Chem Player, which didn't have a narrated voice. It was all like the computerized, this is how you do things. Start with, like that kind of thing. But same thing, it's like the videography and a lot of that stuff, especially with Niall Red, literally, believe it or not, up until when they did it, some of those chemical formulas and extractions and actual reactions literally were never video documented. They're maybe published in written form, but certain things, like I said, were never unseen. So like I said, if anyone's seen those videos, if you could imagine something like that, but like, whatever, you go ahead and you name it, weed extraction. Could be anything, like I said. It doesn't have to be chemically involved. It could be a temple ball episode.
Shout out to Mr. Smiley sliding out in chat there. Hope you feel better, brother. Miss you. We miss you here on the show, so get well soon.
Yeah,
I was
kind
of giggling to myself that I'm sitting here watching the goodbye in chat, and I'm like, it's almost better than him on the show. I love him on the show. Don't take this the wrong way. But I got to see the goodbye. I knew it was coming. I got to prepare.
Right?
I was like, the chat goodbye is not all bad. Just messing with you.
Another one would be Rainbow Diamond. I'll just have to put this one out there. People already beat me to this. People have long beat me to this. But the blue diamonds, everyone wanted to do it because they wanted to be Heisenberg, like Breaking Bad. But yeah, I could make THCA diamonds, all different rainbow colors.
Yeah,
red,
no fun.
orange, yellow, clear, green, blue, purple, pink.
What's the green ones that Indra makes? with the nitrogen?
So that is a very small amount of chemagiline or Y-agiline, which is actually, it's the secret to the blue diamonds, is a naturally blue terpene. And now, ironically, it's not aromatic, of course, because the world's not so perfect that this bright blue terpene doesn't have like the best strawberry or like fuely smell. But yeah, it's a non-aromatic terpene that happens to be blue. It's present in a lot of essential oils, a lot of cannabis strains. And a lot of times, like in Indra, when he found it, other people saw that too, and they think, man, what the fuck? Chlorophyll came out in fucking extraction. They threw it all away because they thought it was ruined. They didn't realize that there's like whatever 1 or 2% chemagiline in there. And because of, blue and green, or blue and yellow, as we all know, makes green from art, kindergarten art class. So there you go, get green diamonds. And then that's 2 of the rainbow. There's ways to get the red ones and the pink ones and the orange ones. They already do come out yellow most of the time, obviously. So, yeah, you can make a rainbow color diamond.
Purple. Purple would be the best one.
So purple would be the same thing. You'd have to color mix to do it, but there's flavonoids and aged extracts that you can get to come out like bright red, like brick red, right? So you get extract that has the possibility, or it's able to influence to be red very easily. And then you can take the compound that's creating that through like a diamond and sauce extraction. But basically all that is just separating the heavier molecular weight parts of the extract from the lighter ones. And basically you need to keep the acidic forms of cannabinoids to be able to do that, because once you start the decarboxylation process, no more diamonds, no more crystals. It's always going to be a running liquid. So yeah, you would get that chemagiline and you'd get this red flavonoid, and then you would put that into a solution of, in this case, if you wanted to be super labby, be technical how they would do it, you would use pentane and pentane. And it's kind of funny because when those secret cup events started going around almost like 10 years ago by now, and mystery oils and canned butane started becoming a thing, and people testing and starting to figure out what the mystery oils were. A lot of that is heavier volatile alkanes like butane, so up from butane would be pentane and hexane and blah blah blue that get left over in the distillation process. They're just there in low concentrations, and certain bottles of never have more or higher amounts of them, whatever. So just because pentane is the next or the second to least most volatile alkane in there that gets put into bottles, it kind of got the boogeyman of the mystery oils, because people did mystery oil tests and like, it's all pentane. Pentane's bad. But it's actually funny because in the patents that people have for isolating certain cannabinoids and the use for making standards for the actual machines that test, when you go and send your stuff to a lab, how are they testing if CBC is present? Well, even if it was only like 0.01 of a gram, someone had to make a pure analytical grade CBC to be in this machine, so it calibrates, it can read spikes of CBC when it sees it. So that same patent for people knowing how to do that, it's ironic because they use pentane as their solvent, and they use methane as their winterizing or dewaxing solvent. And I'm sorry, I said methane, I think methanol. And methanol, that's like the bad moonshine, that's what makes you go blind. And pentane, that's the boogeyman mystery oil. So it's kind of funny that the actual scientists and lab coats that do that, they're using what we think is like the worst solvents to use. Now I'm scrolling. Where did I start out with?
Shit, where did you start? That's been a long, slippery road.
And
You've been a little bit everywhere tonight. Be honest with you. I can't tell you where you started.
Blue diamonds are where you
wait,
started.
oh, sorry, I remember exactly
Green
where.
diamonds
So
where we
sorry,
started.
Green
yeah.
diamonds. Yeah.
I would be using in a setup pentane because butane is for one harder to clean as a pure solvent. Not well, it's not actually not harder to clean. It's easier to clean as a pure solvent, but it's harder to work with without being encapsulated, enclosed, not to the outside atmosphere because it's too volatile. Pentane you can work with at room temperature. I could do it with both. I have the diamonds. They're the THCA that I made and I got to visit Subcool with. That was made with canned butane out in the open, liquid with mason jars and improvised methods. But basically all I did to do that is I got a bunch of shatter that I knew was already dewaxed, and my method of testing it with dewaxing would be knowing if it auto butters or not, because that's a whole other deal too. If it's auto buttering, it's a no-go. It's not going to work. And if it doesn't auto butter, the final step to test is just stick a little tiny chunk into a test tube and put literally like a couple drops per milliliter of ethanol or Everclear, whatever, in there, and then stick that in the freezer. And then a day later, you can come back to it if there's no solvents, if it's just a little bit of shatter dissolved in the alcohol, there's no fats or lipids or waxes left up in there. So I had that situation and I dissolved like an ounce and a half, forget how many, into how many cans of butane, maybe it's like maybe 1.5 cans of butane. I got ounce and a half to dissolve into because like I said, butane is a really good solvent to use. And it takes a lot. It has a really high saturation point. Put a lot of fucking THC and terpenes into butane before it becomes saturated. But basically, the point that I stopped is I let it bubble off until there was maybe like half as much volume. And I don't have the same jar that I do now here in the camera. Actually, this might be a jar. If this is a 4-ounce jar, can't remember if I used a. I can't remember if I used a 2-ounce jar, but basically whatever this is, into about similar to the same level of distillate that's in here, maybe a little bit more, like maybe 1.5 to 2 times as much distillate that was in here, was a liquid solution of the butane and, like I said, almost 2 ounces of shatter put in there. So that's a saturated solution. So the minute I stuck a cap on this and stuck it in the freezer, it actually took like 4 or 5 days for all the crystals to grow. But that's how I got a THCA separation to come out, just whatever already made shatter redissolved in the butane to do that. So which brings me fully back around to what I was saying is you put those two compounds that you already found present that aren't like foreign or some kind of stupid adulterant, comes from other things. It's naturally found in other cannabis extracts. So you got a red color and a blue color. You recombine that into, like I said, a liquid solution of THCA, white, ready, clear, colorless diamonds into the butane or pentane. You put the blue and the red compounds in there. It'll dissolve and it'll become a little purple, dark Welch's grape or like Kool-Aid looking thing. And do the same thing. You put that into a freezer. Don't do this at home. Don't do any of this. But theoretically, if you did that, then you would get the same thing to precipitate out. And a lot of times, if you weren't doing this, if you were doing this like just any old normal thing, you put weed into a BHO closed loop, you intended on making sauce and diamonds, those diamonds are going to be slightly yellow because of those flavonoids and the terpenes that were present there. So same thing as when I freeze this and the THCA falls out of solution, it's going to have a teeny bit of those colored compounds in the matrix of the THCA diamond. So you'd get these anywhere from dark, like grape, Welch's grape looking diamonds, to depending on how much of a liquid solution of butane in there, all the way up to maybe like lavender or lilac colored purple diamonds. But that's enough talking for me. I don't know how long I went on for, but I need to wet my lips with a dab.
That's right. That was good.
Eagle, you're
That-
muted.
Yeah, you're muted. Yeah.
Thank you, guys. I was saying, I see past guest DP 710 or 71 DP 0. That was 2. I never even. Sorry, DP. It's always going to be DP 710. Always going to be DP 710. Here's to you, but I see you in chat. Jump in, man. Use that Zoom invitation, man. Personal shout out to you. And thank you with mods, because I can't necessarily jump on knocking things out in chat there. You guys holding it down as you always do. Shout out to webcam. You're one persistent fucker. Thank you for watching.
Webcam showed up right on webcam.
Oh yeah. Yeah, obviously a fan of the show.
Yeah, he always shows up and puts a lot of comments in the chat. Pretty similar, but they're comments.
It all counts, right?
Bumping up the algorithm, you know.
There you go.
We are adults here, so they're not that bad, but unwelcome. Most of it. Webcam. Just change it to webcam ... and we'd be happy. That's all. Just webcam ... You're cool. And you can chat all you want.
So true, so true.
A giant piece of glass or big agate.
Has anybody ever actually clicked on the link that thing's dropping?
Hell no. Hell no.
I tried one night.
Did
What
you?
did it end up with?
I took it off before. I was like, no.
You're afraid to go, huh?
Yeah. I was like, I want to see what this fucking person is or what the hell it is. And then like, yeah, and I was like, I backed out too fast. Check out all the fossilized wood everywhere. All burned.
Yeah, you
Yes.
tap on it, reroutes you to like 6 different countries.
Something tells me you end up on the Epstein Island webcams.
They fired it back up. That's fucking funny. Gus, you have an invitation too.
Anybody
See if
know
that
what
mic's
this is?
working tonight.
Yeah,
Anybody know
no
what
doubt.
this
We
is?
did get to talk to you last night.
Found this on my property. You guys know what that might be? It's like some old fucking like mold to make people sleep with the fishes. Like you just tie them up to that, tie the chain to that, and fucking throw them overboard.
Is that
And
some cement shoes right there? Is that what you're trying to say?
Oh, is that
Yeah,
concrete?
Yeah, that's concrete.
Obviously,
Found
that's something to
found that in
anchor a
my
body
garage.
down with.
Found that in my garage.
Yeah, that's to anchor a body down with in the Salton Sea.
Yeah, right.
You don't got to anchor a body out there, man. You just throw it in and give it about an hour. It's gone.
Yeah, the salt will fuck it all up.
The Salton Sea's nasty, man.
No fucking wood everywhere.
Turn it into saltfish.
You know, there's actually a pretty good documentary on the Salton Sea that I watched a little while back. I know this is off topic, but that whole deal was a complete fuck up. They were building the canal for the waterways to divert the water from the Colorado River, and it broke one of the levees and filled the entire valley, and that's how that thing ended up.
No kidding.
Yeah, totally. It's a pretty cool documentary. I think it was on Netflix or Amazon or one of those. But yeah, it was a really cool documentary about it. It was basically from start until, you know, where it sits right now, which is a big cesspool out in the desert. Yeah, it's a total man-made error is what caused that whole Salton Sea.
Yeah, it's amazing when you got water flowing, the kind of stuff that'll
Yeah.
tear up, you know,
Was I
damage.
was I not muted while I was torching?
No, you weren't.
Was that you?
My bad, guys.
I thought it was SoCal's mic, to be honest with you. I thought he was having a bad night. I
No,
didn't
we
want to say anything. But it was
Ah.
probably
no, we solved that. We solved that
Hey.
last night.
Is that what it sounded like?
No,
Yeah.
yours was
Kinda,
crazy.
yeah.
Last night it was even worse. Fuck.
My bad, y'all.
No, it's okay,
an
man.
old-
It's okay.
Like an old router, an old dial-up last night for you.
Yeah, those headphones are gone. They're in like 6 pieces.
Sure, we
Yep.
all appreciate that, SoCal. We all
More
appreciate that.
fossilized wood.
Hey, you know,
Every-
5 pairs for $10. What do you expect? You know,
Well, you got to get one bad one out of it, you know.
that's kind of where I'm thinking. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You know, speaking of bad ones, dude. So I bought this chair, right? The wife is very susceptible to the sun when we go to the desert. So I bought her this badass, like, you know, just the regular fold up camp chair that, you know, goes in a little bag when you're done with it. It's got the umbrella over it. Yeah, exactly. So it also reclines. So I go to freaking take it out of the thing tonight and try it out. And the fucking thing doesn't work, man. 60
What do you
bucks
mean
and
it
it goes
doesn't?
up. And so it's got like a, like, you know, I'm talking just like the regular canvas, like folding chairs, right?
Right.
But this one's got like a 3-position recline on it. So you can, you know, kind of kick back, put your feet up. Well, the little freaking, it's got one of those little push buttons like you'd have on a tent pole. The little metal
Right.
ones that you have, like, you know, well, the buttons don't work. So you sit in the damn thing and it freaking flings all the way back and damn near, you know, ass over end out of the chair.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah, I was kind of pissed, you know.
Yeah. So did you order that online?
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn it.
Yep. Oh, it's going back. It's already boxed up, ready for him to pick it up. But still, I mean, you know, 60 bucks and it shows up broken, man.
Are they sending you another one or what?
Yeah, they'll send another one out.
You get to
If
send
that-
them a bill for whiplash.
That's what I was saying. Like, I'm thinking, like, hey, you know, I sat in this thing and really fucked up my shoulder. So, you guys are responsible for that medical payment now.
Yeah.
There's some life
It was
in-
just like falling off a bike, man.
Right. Yeah, exactly. It felt like just like going over the bars when I fell out of that chair.
Right?
There's a chunk of life in.
What is that?
Lichen in the
Lichen?
middle of the desert. Yeah, just dinosaur food.
Dinosaur poop?
Food.
Oh,
Food. Yeah, dinosaur food. Most didn't Red Pill go over this the other day? Or am I tripping? I swear he said that some dinosaurs would eat like lichen. Or some bullshit.
not sure. What about that, Red Pill?
I'm really high. It might have been a different show altogether.
You don't want to get me started on dinosaurs. I think that they're like 4,000 years old, not 65 million years old.
So we rode them, right?
We lived
Yep.
alongside of them. We pretty much lowered all their numbers. We used to call them dragons.
They're emus. They're emus and ostriches, bro.
I seen something yesterday that suggested they were like 12,000 years old, the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
It's kind of an interesting thing.
Yeah, they got rumors that they're still walking around in the Congo too.
That's what you said. The mammoth thing.
Yeah,
It
the mammoths.
wasn't dinosaurs. Fuck, I was way off. Mammoth food. Fuck. Dinosaurs.
Well, you're right. No, dinosaurs definitely would be eating on lichen. They're totally herbivore.
They go chunk of
So-
fucking lichen.
So I heard down in South America, they actually have something that is of the nature of a pterodactyl, and it's smaller, and it's got effervescence in it. So when it flies down at the water level, it kind of sends off glistens of light or whatever, so that the fish come up and they catch them.
That would be
That's something
badass.
that I've. What's
I'm
that?
not surprised. That would be badass, and I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I heard that just a couple of days ago about something of that nature. They got old stories and new stories of it, but nobody's ever actually got a picture of it. You know, it's one of those kind of things.
It's a Sasquatch,
Right.
the flying Sasquatch. Yeah.
That's what it sounds like we're talking about, but no. There's
Wait, they
been
fly? They
there's
fly?
been
Sasquatch fly now. I've
Yeah.
never heard that one. I've never
Yeah,
heard
they
Well,
got
you know,
spaceships.
I've heard of when pigs start flying, but not the Sasquatches.
No, they dimensionally shift from different dimensions.
Yeah, but there's been professors and other people like in you know colleges and those high whatever scholastic seats of position that have been fired because they show evidence of living tissue in dinosaur bones. They get fired because you know they're starting a whole nother narrative, and we've already decided certain things, and you're a crazy person if you believe otherwise.
Yeah, that's like they're going to bring back the mammoths and mastodons. And
Well, the reason, like I said, I think that's like whatever you like, so you can, so they can say that they brought him back, but really it's just like before it gets out there where everyone knows that they've actually been all around still. They never went extinct. So like, hey, they went extinct. Remember we used to say that? Remember it's in the textbooks? We taught kids that. Remember? We brought him back.
Jurassic Park theme song comes on.
Yeah.
You're muted, Eagle.
You're still
You're
muted.
Damn, see, I can't hit the mute button and then Eagle's stuck on mute. What's going on?
I love this phone, the phone thing.
It's a little different.
See me reach for I had the other device here and it was propped up. Been trying to text and chat with the fucking other phone here. I had a water bottle holding it up. Fucking just went over the bar there. I tried to fucking save it. Good thing it was capped. It's capped. It's fine. It's fine.
So what were you saying before you did all that?
I don't know. I forgot. Been smoking that Columbia, man. You know, when I talked to Breeder Steve, not to get back to the CBN there, but he suggested that, and same thing I told the gentleman I was talking to today about just leaving the flower in a car, you know, in a hot summer day, you know, leaving it in there for a day or two to kind of push it towards the CBN. Or he suggested for like a home person, he wouldn't give up his secret, but he threw out there putting like your bag of cannabis in like a garbage bag and then laying that out into the yard and raising the temperature in it like that for a few hours to increase the CBD.
Tell you my secret. My secret's right here. A blanket full of bud, and then leave it in the RV at 110 degrees for like a half a month, and then fucking you get fucking really stoned every fucking time. Like this joint is fucking almost
Blanket
So-
bud.
yeah, blanket
guess
bud.
this
This is what it
one-
looks like after. That's what it looks like after a little red, a little more red than the rest.
Yeah, that shit had some nice sparkles on it today, bro.
Yeah, fucking appreciate fucking cannabis so much. So it's fucking the only Not even
So, so what do you think his technique is, Eagle? You think he has a box, a wooden box or something that he puts it in, or cedar box,
No.
maybe outside?
No, I think it's more like a conveyor belt and a light or something like that. To be honest with you, or just a light.
Yeah.
I had a question for Red Pill and I totally fucking spaced that shit out. Totally squirreled it. Totally squirreled it. Hopefully it comes back right quick.
Squirrel.
It's been a while since the squirrel's been loose.
Yeah.
We should have Johnny do a little experiment. I mean, you're in one of the hottest places. You know, go stick something in the car for a while and see what it does.
Well, I've already done that.
Mm-hmm.
I had some. I had about an eighth or so of Gondog Mimosa, and I stuck it out in my car in the dash, and inside my dash I have a glove compartment on the top, so it opens up. You know, well that sucker was in there for a good 6 months or more, and I went in there one day looking for a lighter because mine went out. And lo and behold, look at that. What the heck is this? And I pulled it out and I said, oh, shoot. Cracked it open. Man, it smelled really good. It was still really, matter of fact, it even softened up. And it was kind of softer, not hard as it was, but it was more soft. But it was really, really sticky. And it had kind of browned up a little bit. You know, so it changed as far as the way it looked and the way it smoked. Man, I'll tell you what, man, it gives good hits, really good hits.
What was it in?
It was in a glass jar.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was well protected, you know, but you know, so it didn't lose its. If it was in a plastic bag, it would have been hay, you know, I'm sure by that time. But since it was in a glass jar, it retained its moisture.
Okay.
But it turned out really good.
This is the other way I keep it, in a box in my garage, pretty much, for where I used to live. It was a garage where I used to live. I'll pull all that off. That's just strong too.
Matter of fact, this is her right here. That's what I got left of it.
Oh, okay. So that's what it was in there with?
Yeah, it was in.
Okay.
This is it. This is it right here.
Okay.
And it still smells good. You know, it's got more of a I don't know, kind of like a more of a weathered leather smell. But it's really good.
Did it change the effect of it at all, or did it stay pretty much the same?
Yeah, the effect was stronger. Yeah, so it gave me a completely different effect. As a matter of fact, before it was more kind of like an uplifting kind of a hit, and now it's more of a sedative, more sleepy type. Take a couple hits of that and you're ready for bed.
Nice. I'm gonna have to try that out then, because
yeah, you got the right temperature
right now. Yeah, right now.
Yeah, you could do that for a couple of weeks and see how it turns out.
I think I'm gonna do that.
But it was also not in the light either. There was no light hitting it, so it was dark.
Yeah,
I don't know if that made a difference or not.
Well, I got a big like secret compartment in my truck under the center console. There's a console underneath the console,
Right.
So I might just try that out and see how it works. 'Cause,
Yeah, definitely
it's
do that.
very-
That would be a dark area. It would protect it from the light and everything. Definitely. Not that that's really going to matter because you're baking it.
right, but if it helps me get rid of this insomnia bullshit, then I'm all for it.
Oh yeah,
Is
give
it-
it a shot, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
you literally pass out after one joint. I pass out like watching the show. Like when I'm not on live with you guys, like I'm in chat, I fall asleep every 5 minutes. Fucking ridiculous.
One
Yeah.
joint. One
One
joint.
joint. One fucking joint. Well, I smoke roaches. I smoke the roaches. So it's like extra concentrated after because it's like already that strong shit. Plus, it's like roaches. Oh, so all those roach papers. That's
So
just the
those there
natural.
would be kind of like CBN, or I mean, it would have the THCN in it, right? I don't
That's what
know.
you
I
right
hear
there.
what you said, Johnny.
I said, would it at the back end of a roach with the heat of the cherry and everything, smoking it, drawing it through, would that kind of do the same thing in a way? So when you get into the back end of the joint, would it actually, do you think it would change
I
the
think
chemical composition of it?
the thermal degradation that it's going under, it does happen, but only in that instant, just a small minute amount. It's more of like a heat and time, or added
How about
together.
how about smoking resin?
If you do like just time and no heat, it takes a really long time to get CBN. If you do all
looks like
heat and
hash.
no time, you only get a little bit of CBN. But if you do time and heat, that you get best CBN production.
I think Red
What's in
Pill
your
touched
resin?
on it perfectly there. I think the difference, Cascadian touched on it one time when he's on the show, and I know he's talked about it in other chats. Oh, I remember what I was going to ask you, by the way, is the temperature of the smoke. The temperature of what you're inhaling, I think, is the difference in the high as you get closer and closer to the roach. I think that the heat of the smoke changes your buzz quite a bit, which way it's going, not necessarily the change in the molecule. I think it's the temperature of the smoke. That's why I think you get different buzz from like bongs versus like even some people have passed around them like steamroller bottles that you can put the joint in. You can fucking smoke that one joint of that regular weed and then put that joint in the bottle. Completely different buzz. It's gonna fucking hit you twice as hard, and I've always contributed that to the cooling of the smoke in the bottle before you hit it. Intensified the buzz or changed it to a more heavier buzz. Now, before I forget, real quick, Gus Gross is in chat, and I've heard
Right on.
other people talk about this as well, but not necessarily what he does. He likes to smoke pretty much a spliff, but he uses the fresh tobacco leaf, if you guys remember, and kind of puts it in the foil and lets it ferment. And I've heard him, Genetic Memory Farms, just talked about it. He was the first one I heard talk about it. But then Gus was the one that put the spin on about actually putting the tobacco in there and letting them both ferment together. So do you think what that
What do you
high
mean
is,
ferment?
the difference there is the heat through the fermenting process driving it possibly
So
to the end?
what the only like I know process that I think what you're getting there, and it's a whole nother cannabinoid, but you're more than CBN, you're getting more CBN when you do that over time, like we're saying too. But you're also converting CBD to CBT. And CBT is the same thing. You needs to be fermented or like microbially degraded. It doesn't work with like a time or heat thing. It's with the microbes or fermentation, where CBD will turn into CBT. That's a whole other cannabinoid, and usually that's has like a, from as far as what I know, when I is the most up to date research, I've seen people actually dab it and the way it affected them. It's more of like a spaced out sativa type high. So maybe that, you know, you get that CBT with the, along with that process of doing it, the CBN production, where it's like knocking you out and tripping you out at the same time. Yeah. If you go through the trouble of doing that, it's probably worth it.
So what's the fermentation process of that?
It's just I don't know. So I guess it's some enzymatic transition through the molecules rather than thermally degraded process of doing it, which changes it slightly, that alters it. But
What's the process though?
Yeah, that's, I mean, I'm not
It
versed in
depends.
that.
Like swag would be, some of it would be fermented, but they would put it too fresh. It would be like almost fresh and squished, and then the heat would dry it before it would be turned moldy. It would just ferment. Like, it's hard to explain, but I've smoked a lot of it.
It's interesting.
I think
some
Genetic
swag.
Memory Farms used a corn husk, but I could be wrong. And then after the process, actually, if you go through like the other process, however he uses it, because I don't know the exact process, but it's edible as well. And if I remember right, once it goes through that process, it's pretty much tasteless and smellless. Am I wrong on that, Red?
No, with that much, you know, like I said, the being edible, that's because it's fully decarboxylated. So yeah, you can eat it. That's part of the deal. And then the tasteless and odorless, along with that time and age that it took, is if something gets, not really a way around it, if something is fully decarboxylated in the process, there went all the terpenes. Because along with the CO2, which makes carboxylic acid, that's attached to THC, when carboxylic acid turns to CO2, that's a gas, it's volatile, poof, there it goes.
What about a Suppository instead of a mono?
No, they're all gone.
But they last the whole joint, so like, why wouldn't it last the whole? I got weed.
We just missed our 20.
In this process, that's what I mean. This would be like sticking, sesquiterpenes aren't going to last if you grind up weed, throw it in a casserole dish, put it in an oven at 250 degrees for 4 hours.
250, but what about 120?
Well, the process takes months and months and months to do. So.
Well, I left mine out there in the desert with me the whole time I lived in 1,000 Palms, and it got like 4 hours of sun every day, and it still smells like grapes. Like just one strain. I can't find like exactly which one it is, but it still smells like fucking grapes. For the fucking, not sorry about it. For the somebody. But yeah, it smells like grapes still. Like fucking. But it was in the desert with me the whole time in the RV.
Well, along with the fermentation process, you're gonna get other things that smell like other things. You know, it's probably long past what smells like being.
I bundled all the
terpenes.
colas, and then I wrapped them up as tight as I could and left them like a giant fucking joint. And I just left them like that in the RV for like, when I first started into it, it was 6 months after. 6 months after I moved there, that was after October. So yeah, and then like it was still good. That's when I got on the show. Finally was like, here with you guys. I was like, yeah, look at this weed sitting in the desert with me the whole time. Yeah, that shit was crazy. I'm almost all out of it. Yeah.
So I just opened this jar for the first time in about
Oh, shit.
5 months.
Nice.
and it
Fuck
smells
you. Oh,
like dirty asshole socks.
yeah.
Like, yeah, it seriously smells like a sock that was stuffed up your ass for a month, dude. It's
Fuck
fucking
yeah.
disgusting. And I don't even know if I want to touch this shit. This is
I will
fucking
smoke it if
nasty.
you don't. You can send it to me and I'll fucking.
Dude, it's
smoke
yours.
all of
Come
it.
get it.
I'll go get it tomorrow. I
You
swear to
can
God.
have it.
I will fucking be a.
There's a. It's
I
a
bet
full
it smokes
mason jar.
good. Just because it don't smell good, man. It doesn't mean it don't smoke good.
I'll trade you when I pull mine in a week or
All
2
right.
weeks.
You know what?
I'll trade you weight for weight.
Let's find out.
You got to try. Yeah, there you go. This is that.
Yeah, I'm
We're gonna
smoking weed
do
that's
this
older
on-
than that. I'm smoking weed that's fucking since last harvest. I never pulled early. It was in the desert with me for 6 months. So
Well, this was
mine's old dirt weed.
it didn't dry right when I chopped that thing down.
Oh,
All of a sudden it turned 110 degrees outside while it was hanging.
so yeah.
So I just kind of threw it in there and
Outdoor weed's resilient though. When you grow outdoors, you grow some good shit. And I know you grow outdoors, so it's gotta just hold up to that time. Like it just has to. Mine does. Yours has to. I smoke it still, and I don't choke off how harsh it is. It's just like how good it is.
This one here is my one of my
Actually-
first ones.
Hmm.
You remember
It's not that bad.
It probably tastes good as fuck, actually.
Very peppery,
Oh, like hash.
but very smooth. Very smooth.
That sounds
Sorry,
good.
go ahead, Johnny. We didn't mean to cut you off.
What jar do you got, John?
I was just saying this
Yeah,
this
that.
one here is my Cindy 99, the one that
I
I was showing when I first came on.
Oh, okay.
never smoked. I never smoked no Cindy 99.
And it still smells good.
What's it do to you? Is it like an indica or sativa cross? Or
It's a sativa style.
I like my favorite sativa. I like that nothing
It
but
is
indica.
not as easy to multitask when you're not on the computer. It
That's
is
a
way
fact.
harder to watch.
That's a fact.
I got screen to screen, wherever it is.
Damn,
So I could
SoCal, what
use
is that right
screen.
there?
Yeah, it's a monster, bro. That's the one that you just let because your arm busted. You couldn't do it, huh?
That's exactly what that is. That's the one that was supposed to come down the day I
Still
crashed.
sitting in the same spot you left it in the day that you fucking. Wow.
It's still in the pot.
That's
Oh
crazy. That's
man.
how I left one of mine. I found it in the fucking box in the pot, and I was like, "Holy shit, it's still all bud." And everything.
I mean, look at
That's
that.
amazing.
It's drying on there, huh?
Oh, it's
You
oh
You
yeah,
know, that'll
it's
probably be a really good.
That's been dried for 6 months already.
it's like crispy.
You should
Yeah.
stick some of that into a jar.
Put it in the bathroom after you let
Oh.
it steam up. That's what I do. I take a hot shower and I
Like, I
put my
never
tray
even-
right there. And that's
See this, I started this inside, and when I took everything down, I threw this thing outside just to let it finish off, you know. And this was a what the hell was this one?
what
I think it was a Pakistani. I think it was. This was either a
Oh, cool.
Pakistan or a Holland's Hope. I think it was the
That was a
Pakistan
girl.
Valley. But yeah, I brought it inside the morning that I crashed. I was going to go riding, come home and you know, chop it down.
Harvest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's been sitting here since the last weekend of May.
Oh
So
yeah. You gonna make hash out of that, or you gonna smoke it like that? Or?
I'd actually wow, it's still, you know, you do the little squeeze test and it still smells
Yeah.
pretty freaking good.
When you leave it with all the leaves like that, it retains everything almost. It's like you left it in a jar.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna
It's like
say,
you
man.
left it in
That's
a
like
jar.
a sun-dried tomato.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And
I
it's
think,
long too. So yeah, it should be really smooth smoke. I bet you it'd be like white clouds when you fucking smoke a joint.
You stick that shit inside of a jar, and it'll probably turn out really good.
Yeah, trim it, get all
You
that
know?
the smell off of that fucking
what's this?
chloroform off that. Chloroform, chlorophyll.
I just found another jar. I
Hell
don't even know
yeah.
what this
Oh, hey,
is.
cool.
Jackpot. Jackpot.
Always
tonight.
a good find.
You gotta love that, right, Eagle?
Fuck yeah.
Oh, what's this?
Like finding money right there. Just
How
as
much
good
times that happened to you?
Exactly, man.
How many times that happened to you, Eagle? I bet you that happens a lot with you, Eagle. Like it has to. You just have so much runs coming down every freaking day. Like, it's crazy.
That smells good, actually.
Actually, once it gets to a point, man, I like it fresh. I like it fresher, more moist myself. Once it gets to a point, man, I just fucking doom that shit into ash.
Oh yeah. That's what I used to do when I had a house before when I lived with my grandma. I'd be like ash everything. My partner hated it.
I turned mine into chicken and brownies and cookies. And
Oh, but when you throw an outdoor down, you have enough trim for fucking all that plus half. Like I made fucking 5 pounds of butter. I made 5 pounds of butter, and I made fucking like 14-gram jars of fucking 7-gram jars of hash, like maybe 20 of them, all in just one
man,
season.
that'd be
Yeah.
cool.
Then I turned that into fucking butter too, all that hash. I just fucking went crazy with the edibles lately.
Oh,
Just saying to Chad Westport and Chad.
I got some outdoor going right now that I don't know if I'm
gonna.
gonna.
By the way, I never thought I could pull off this type of hat, but I don't know. I think I'm doing it.
I didn't even notice.
Hold
That's
it
how
down.
natural it is. Holy shit. It's so natural. Like
Dude,
it's
you
just
wear
the
that
whole
thing to the
time.
bar, Eagle, and you're not going home alone, brother.
Thanks, man.
I didn't
Appreciate
even
that.
notice. It fits you so fucking perfect that like I didn't even notice anything different. Holy shit. You got a different hat on. That's awesome. Crazy. That's a good looking hat. Weed nose.
so I'm gonna smoke some of this year-old Cindy 99.
How old?
It's about a year old.
Nice.
It's been in the
Old is
jar the
better.
whole time though. So
It's gotta be
see how it goes.
way better than mine. That's right.
I'm trying to think what the last runs that I did so I can figure out what this is. I'm about to smoke right here.
Oh yeah.
See, it smells like it might be Joshua tree.
Who else is growing that?
Laying around with Joshua Tree.
Yeah, I saw some dude is growing that out too.
I can't remember who it was, but you're right.
Yeah, somebody was. One of us. Which one it was.
Well, that's not Joshua tree.
It was definitely a left side hit. Took out the left side of my mind.
Oh yeah. The body's all fucking inside. You just like wobbling a lot. Yeah.
Hey, Robert, did you just say you were growing Joshua tree?
No, we were trying to figure out who was. Like
Oh,
somebody
me.
else was growing. Was it you? You got one outside?
No, not outside. Not
Oh,
outside.
yeah,
I'd love to see that outside.
That's what I'm saying.
But no, I grew that one a while back, and it was very, very, very good. It had it smelled exactly like a stick of juicy fruit gum, and the taste was exactly that as well. Actually, Johnny, there's a cross of that on its way to you right now.
Oh. So that
Yeah,
should be. Is that
Oh, yeah,
today's Tuesday, right?
Yeah,
Thursday.
I-
Wait, what?
I think my dog and I are going to go for a walk right now.
It's
probably
Wednesday.
wouldn't be there by now.
You don't think? Okay.
No,
Still.
my mailman called in sick
You
Friday.
said the magic word, so now you have to.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he's up now. Shit.
Mhm.
I can't say no.
I was the
Yeah,
dog.
no, that I made a cross out of a Mendo Loco nail with the Joshua tree. So
Ooh.
I threw some of that in with the Mendo Loco that they sent me.
Nice.
Sounds delightful.
It does.
Yeah. I don't know what to expect from that one, but I haven't actually had that one go all the way through yet. The one person I had tried out killed it. So I don't know what to
Oh, well,
expect from it.
I'll try to do better than that.
Yeah, hopefully.
Try. You better guarantee.
Shout out to
Yeah.
GLP 2372 and Martial Artist 2012. Cheers, guys. Man, I can't tell you guys how fucking bad I feel that I haven't done the shout outs in the last few days, man. I feel like I'm robbing everybody by not doing it. But man,
No, Eagle, don't worry about that shit, man. You
Ain't
don't.
no big
You
deal.
probably don't even have that shit with you, do you?
I don't. I was thinking about that when I earlier on. I was thinking, man,
Yeah, how
I can't
can you even do the
even
shout
though
outs?
I'm
You don't have
I
them with you.
want to do them tonight. I can't fucking do them. They don't even have the list.
Can't you replay an old
Yeah.
episode of the end of one? Like just the back half of you saying like an old episode? Like just like,
Could technically do that. Yeah.
technically you should.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking that, like pre-record it.
We've talked about that. I don't like the pre-record. Well, Jason Eystone and Ned Denver fucking worked on that shit for a long time. They gave me several different versions. I dragged my feet on giving them a list. They were persistent as hell. They produced
Yeah.
a couple of fucking great endings and said they'd be willing to update the list, but I didn't. It's so impersonal, you know what I mean? It's my thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's my thing. I don't want to
yeah.
fucking not do it, or I don't want to automate it. I just fucking, you know.
You got to turn it into like that Pokemon rap. Remember the Pokemon rap after every episode? No,
Yeah,
just
but
me.
for no, I think for like a situation like tonight where you're not at your usual desk, you know, it could be a good road trip fill.
Right. It's always something to consider.
Speaking of which, I did notice you're not in your usual spot. Where the hell are you? Looks like you're
I'm
in the
at the
backside of a
tattoo shop.
disco or something with all the
He wasn't
freaking
here.
neon behind you.
He wasn't here when you gave us the tour.
Yeah, I'm at the tattoo shop. That's where I'm at.
Oh, okay.
Holding her down. Pretty cool in there. You have to go back and watch. The tour.
Yeah, I'll go back and watch because yeah, I was like, what the hell, man? Is he like sitting behind the bar or something?
Yeah, really.
Kind of. There's a
Yeah.
bar right here I built for the tattoo shop here for just to hang out like this during the day while you're waiting or whatever. You'd be surprised this how many people just come in and fucking hang out up here. Stop in. I know I do. I mean, there's days where I'm not even thinking about getting a tattoo or whatever. I just fucking pop in and fucking see who's getting work done, what's getting done, fucking hang out for a few. Here, I like the tattoo stories just as much as I enjoy cannabis stories. I've said this a million times. You know, why you get a tattoo and all that shit. There's a lot of good stories there, man. Remember, a lot of them. I remember my mom or somebody that passed or something super special. There's a lot of cool stories here. Cool place to visit.
Yeah, behind every drop of ink, there's a different story for sure.
Oh yeah.
Jar says he's been here a half dozen times this summer.
Nice.
It's kind of cool.
So I gotta.
With him. It's like a small get together every time I see him. It's like, oh yeah, somebody from fucking Chad. I love this community. I do. You know, and I said this earlier on. I'll say it again, man. Fucking the last few days, last week. Well, I knew I had a lot of close people, but man, I didn't realize how blessed I was actually on good friends and stuff like that. Man, they've really come out of the woodwork the last few days, and I'm proud to say I know all you, and I'm proud of this community because a lot of you guys come from this community. So shout out to all you guys. Very sincere. Hopefully that is as good as a shout out, but it's true shit.
Yep. Right back at you, Eagle.
Great shout out.
Yeah. No. Hey, we're all here because of you, man.
I'm here because you guys.
See?
I'm here because of you guys, man. Shit. It
Yeah,
ain't no
You're
fun
here
up
for
here by
us.
myself, man. I wouldn't do this for fucking 5-10 minutes a day if it was just me up here babbling. I don't know how fucking Sub ever fucking did it. The way he did without like help from you guys and shit. I don't know how he did those fucking multi all day fucking episodes and shit. I need help from you guys.
He had stories like your story. That's when I learned about Eagle. It was from him. He told that story. Like, one of my testers went crazy today. Ran out of the house, ran out, said, "No, you're giving me this. You're gonna give it to me." Got stoned, picked it up over his. I was like, "What the hell? I'm gonna crush him. I'm gonna do it." I was like, "Man, that's crazy." 10 years later, here we are. All because of Sub. Yeah.
So since Eagle's sitting in the tattoo shop right now, I got a pretty funny tattoo shop story for you guys. So I was in getting a big rib piece done. I mean, big. It's too big actually. And about halfway through, some chick comes walking in, obviously just fucking twacked out of her mind, you know, fucking spun out, just fucking wreck. Comes walking in and walks right up to the artist and starts telling him that she wants to do an apprenticeship. So he's like, okay, and he was about ready for a break. I was about ready for a break too. So we get up. He starts talking to her for a minute. I go outside to have a smoke, and I can hear him asking if she had a portfolio. And she's like, "No, I can't even draw. That's why I want to do tattoos, so I can learn to draw." He basically told her, get out of my shop. just take your tweaker ass on down the road, So she walks out, and there's 5 or 8 of us standing out there, just passing one around the circle, and she comes up and just kind of jumps in like she knows all of us, and we're talking massive shit to her, So she said something to me. I don't remember exactly what she said, but she looks at me and said something, and I looked at her and I go, well, how would you like it if we just went and got a pizza and fucked? And she's like, "Excuse me, what'd you say?" I said, "Hey, why don't we go get a pizza and fuck?" And she got all huffy puffy. "Hell no, no way, no. And I looked at her and, "Well, what's wrong, sweetheart? You don't like pizza?" Dude, she turned around and walked away. It was fucking hilarious. It was hilarious.
Who in their right mind would let you learn how to draw permanently?
Right.
On somebody's
Who in their right mind would pass on pizza?
Right? And the free fuck. What the hell? Like that's
right.
Fucking, that was a quickie. In and out. Wham bam, thank you, ma'am. Slice to go.
Shit, I've known good artists that were trying to transition into tattooing, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna be your first. Let me see you a couple. I see your artwork's awesome, but let me see you a few tattoos down the road.
My friend, she won 2 awards just like a month ago for doing tattoos. Dabadoo. Dabadoo, fucking on Instagram. She fucking gets
That's
down.
a Missy's thing, ain't it? The Dabadoo? Or is that Mila's thing? That's a Mila thing, the Dabadoo, right?
This is just that was just her name on Instagram. So I don't know. I think that's her name on Instagram.
Pretty sure that's the festival Amelia puts on. It's
Yeah, see that's the
Dabadoo.
chick's name. Yeah, that's like one of my best friend's name on Instagram since she was fucking like a teenager. Now she's finally like grown up and she's just that too. So she won 2 awards, first place and second place at the I forgot what she was. She was in Tennessee somewhere or a little higher somewhere else. But she won 2 fucking first place and second place at the convention, tattoo convention, out of all the 80 artists there. So pretty cool. Like 21, 22 years old. She gets that. She burned me on my neck. Oh, you can't see it. I don't know where it is. Burned me on my neck when I first met it with a lighter.
Have you guys ever had anything tattooed up into the armpit area?
Hell no. The guy did it all over my arm though.
Go ahead, Robert.
He did it all over my arm and neck, like to show me how hard it was. To show me like, but I wasn't sure what I was gonna get or where I was gonna get it. He went to get it, so he thought of it on the spot, literally. Like, so what are you gonna get? I'm like, I have no idea. And like, yeah, he made the font out of 3 different letters, and then he showed me like how it felt on my ribs, on my neck, on my back, and then like, but not on my armpit. I was like only, yeah, my ribs, like just the needle, just like, nope, I don't want to say. Like, settled on a collarbone.
Funny you speak of that, SoCal. There's a slight chance. Tomorrow's episode, I may be getting tattooed in the armpit area. So you can watch me fucking squirm %. I haven't been into the armpit. I have this, the THC molecule, and it dips into, and that fucking little bit where it dipped into the pit fucking hurt. I ain't gonna kid. And I've got a demon that comes up and it barely touches like the inside of the pit, and that was tender. I got a sun on this side, and it kind of barely touches, tender as shit. But the Shiba I have coming up this side is already partly into the pit, and it's going to be in the pit all the way to the fucking nipple of the fucking eagle on my chest. So that's gonna be just fucking.
Dude, yeah.
Oof. You guys get to watch me squirm
live, man.
fucking live on that shit. Hopefully that works out.
That dude, the armpit and the nipple are worse than the ribs. And the ribs
Have
are
you had
brittle.
yours done? Have you had your nipple done?
Yeah.
No way.
Oh shit, you got a whole piece.
I don't know how well you can see that with the lighting. Hold on, let me
When I had the eagle done, I told him, if you have to get in there, get in there. But you danced around it too, but still.
Yeah.
It's
all the way
there.
around it as much as you could.
Yeah,
there's a little brown there. You get into the little brown there.
That's painful.
I've seen
painful.
people fully color them motherfuckers, man. I don't know if I could do that.
Damn.
You know, the
I hope you got some RSO for that.
I want to go get it covered up. No.
Oh
no, that was bone sober.
It'd be twice as bad next time around, fucking through that scar tissue. That's another thing too, man. If you get a tattoo, man, in my opinion, you're better to go the fucking distance instead of going in stages, because every time you go back, you're going into scar tissue. And it's a little bit more fucking painful every time. But man, that one session, it might be, a little tough, but it won't be as bad as coming back and getting in there, man. I got that demon I have on my side. I'll show that fucker real quick. I don't know if I've ever showed that fucker. everybody at one point I wanted, like, I've seen them too, like the demon like clawing the way out of the chest like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking, I had thought that was a good idea for a long time. I actually seen a couple of them. And then I thought, well, I had a real cool demon picked out, and I was like, yeah, I want to keep my demons close to me. Was kind of the mindset, you know what I mean? And I went in. This is a fucking true story, and I don't know why the fucker ever did it. And it was a very well lesson learned, permanent fucking lesson learned on my end. The tattoo guy I was working with, not the guy I work with now, not Pat, the guy downstate that I was working with before I moved up here. I moved up here and made the appointment for the side. And lo and behold, by the time when I got down there and waited several hours for the artist, he shows up and says, well, it's my birthday. Can we just go ahead and reschedule you? And I was like, no. Fucking 2.5 hours downstate, $100 in gas. You get that fucking gun going. And that was the first time I actually gave him like artistic freehand kind of, because I'm usually pretty, you know, when I go in, I'm usually like, I want this, and this. I'm getting better. With Pat, I've learned to let my guard down and let him do his thing a little bit. But back then it was, I want this, flat out. No fucking, no input, this only. And this was the first time I went, okay, yeah, you do it. And I think he was a little pissy because he was already fucking, you know, working and didn't want to work on his birthday. And then when he got in there, he tried the shit again. He like tried to outline and fucking, yeah. Can you just come back in, you know, a couple weeks? I'm like, yeah, you paying for my fucking gas and shit, my gas and my time. You're making me come back down here. So we went the distance, man. That the demon on my side took 8-10 hours, and it looked like shit in my opinion. And he knew it looked like shit because he said right out the bat, yeah, I'll do that. You know, I'll be happy to go over that again when it heals. And he had pounded so much fucking red in there. There's so much red in that side. I actually think I got like, because I went into shock that night when I went home. And that's not uncommon.
Got red food dye
You
poisoning.
get a fucking large enough tattoo, and then you go home and wash that fucker or whatever, man. You can shock your system, man. Totally. I like went from the shower to the bed and just had the fucking shakes for like 45 minutes on a couple of tattoos that were really lengthy. And that was the one. So 8 to 10 hours the first time. And then fucking it looked horrible. So I went back down and that cat fucking did the whole thing another fucking 8 hours. And we took a fucking lunch break in the middle, which I would never suggest doing. We went to a restaurant that was close by. He had a couple of fucking drinks, which I didn't mind. Still don't mind. Fucking if Pat don't drink, by the way, but fucking whatever. Back then I don't think it's like smoking a joint. I don't think it's going to hinder their artistic ability, I guess is what I'm saying. But too long, man. Fucking, it was like an hour of, you know, getting out of the chair and then getting back into it. You lose that adrenaline, you know what I'm saying, when you get back in there. And it was fucking extra painful. It was like 2 hours. I almost felt like I was being tortured for, you know, still for the birthday fucking, for real. So there's 16 hours, and then I had him go in again for another 4 hours. So my side, and that third time on the ribs, dude, 2 times the fucking scar tissue. Ooh, baby. I hate that fucker. So and that's on Pat's to fix list right there. But man, that fucker, man, such bad placement. He pounded in so much red, and it was so far from the drawing. Even when he went back in there, it was like not even fucking close. Somewhere I still had the original picture. And I was like, oh man. So now when that's one part of the reason why I don't take my shirt off, even though I like to. Because I got that fucking stop sign demon right there. Actually, it was funny to tell you a little side story if you guys want to hear it. It's fucking about that demon is one night I had somebody fucking come to my door in the middle of the fucking night. Fucking beat on my door for they broke down or whatever. And I come out of that house like fucking a little slightly bitching. I'm like, man, you don't fucking just come up beat on people's door around here at 4 o'clock in the morning. You're like, you don't get fucking shot and shit. And the whole time I'm talking, I'm like, because he tried to come in the house. I forget, I'm leaving that part out. I opened the door and he tried to walk in. And I fucking went instantly outside, give him a shove, shut the door behind me. And I'm in my fucking underwear, standing in the fucking porch in the snow. And I fucking sit there, fucking, and fucking, he's like fucked up or something. And he's just staring at that demon like, what the fuck is that? Holy fuck, man. He just, the whole time I'm talking, he's like locked eyes with the fucking demon on my side. It's a fucking, oh man, he was one of the funniest fucking reactions I've had to that tattoo. But I don't know. That's my least favorite, by the way. So
That's a trip. He was getting yelled at by you and stared at by the demon.
Oh man, he honestly looked like it was talking to him. And another funny thing about I talked about the placement real quick. It's up in the armpit pit, SoCal. If you look, I mean, it goes like up in there. And because
way up in it,
right where it is, the movement on that thing, see the movement? Fucking look at the facial expression change. There's times when I get in the shower and I'm like fucking that funny mood, drying off, and I'll fucking play with it in the mirror. I'll be like, happy demon, mad demon. It just totally fucking changes with movement. I wish, they would have took a little time and considered body movement when he placed it. Live and learn, man. Live and learn.
Yeah.
It's a pretty big lesson right there, though. That's my whole fucking side.
Yeah, you'd actually have to stretch your skin up just to make sure.
Hey, you should see how crazy it is without a shirt, and I got my arm straight up. I mean, that fucking demon looks like it's surprised. It's like, what the fuck is that, man? That's stupid. That's a pretty big piece right there, SoCal. That's no fucking joke. Damn,
Son
right
of a
down
gun.
to the hip. Yeah.
How long did that take?
That was about 8. That was about 8 hours.
Wow.
But I don't know if you can really see. I hate this thing too. I want this covered up. I don't know if you can see, but that goes pretty much up diagonal through the armpit. And
yes, it does.
up to the collarbone. And yeah,
right
that
around
is
to the back.
Yeah, up to my collarbone and down. But dude, that shit right there was fucking brutal. That was absolutely brutal.
Yeah, I couldn't do that.
I gotta give that artist some props, man. That's a fucking, he was flying. That was a good fucking 8 hours right there. That's a good payment right there.
Yeah, but it's all
that quick. So
it's all black and gray, so there's no, not much color and not much to it.
That's a lot of work there. That's a lot of work.
Yeah,
that is.
The fucked up part is, like you were saying, you won't take off your shirt because you hate it. I'm the same way, man. Like, I actually quit surfing because of that tattoo. Like, since I got that, I haven't been back out to the water because I don't want to take my shirt off.
I've gotten brave for the last few years. I'm hoping the sun will fade that fucker a little bit, basically. I put sunscreen on everything else except the demon. I'm like, fade that motherfucker.
Burn, baby, burn.
Never does.
No.
Never.
I went to a different shop. This guy that did this, he's no longer with us. and he kind of burned the wrong people and just disappeared. So he had a shop down kind of in the ghetto, and he screwed over a few gang members down there. So he's no longer around. But I went to a different shop to see about getting that thing covered up, and nobody wants to touch it due to the size and the location. So I found one guy, but he's like, yeah, it's going to take me about, you're looking at a good 30, 40 hour cover up on that.
That's why the other reason why I don't have my back done. And again, nothing against my guy Pat. Much love, Pat. And you fucking kick ass. I love your work. But the bag piece is gonna be such so big and detailed. I'm gonna fucking want that fucker done in like flash time. You know what I mean? I don't want to fucking. A lot of people drag them back ones out for a year, two, fucking lots of sittings. Something like that. I know a few too many tattoo guys. I'm like, health check.
Yeah.
Health check. We all done. You know what I mean? I want this fucker finished. You know what I mean? I don't want to see somebody else finish somebody else's fucking dream and shit at my cost. That'd be a big piece. The other reason too is when I get to that thing's gonna be detailed. I probably won't happen, but I've wanted the Tool 10,000 Days cover, the Alex Gray cover there, where they're all like looking in on each other. The faces are all looking in for eternity.
Yeah.
So bad. But that'd be a forever piece. Man, that thing would probably be, I would think 30 hours easy too, right there with your SoCal. With somebody that can run a fucking gun. A youngin. I want a youngin on that one. Want a youngin.
Yeah. They got to have some stamina.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to get this one covered up, but man, the price and the time, it's I'm not even sure it's worth it. I'm looking at $100 an hour minimum on this thing. Probably closer to 130, 140.
Shit, some of these guys are up to $200 an hour.
Yeah. Yeah, and the guy that I found that's now there was a few people I found that were willing to do it, but we could not come to a creative agreement. One guy, I wanted to do it with like a big old school of tuna feeding on a bait ball. And I walked into one shop and he's like, oh yeah, we can do like these tuna with these cherry trees and all this. And I'm like, bro, when's the last time you saw a fucking fish hanging out in a tree, brother? We're definitely not going to be able to come to an agreement on this one, So, but this other guy that I found that'll do it is he's in his like 60s. So, those sessions aren't going to be 4, 5, 6 hours at a time. I'm coming in for an hour or two here and maybe 2 hours there, and physically he's done for the day. So I don't know, it's going to be a long process to get that done, but man, like you're saying, going over that scar tissue a second time, especially in those locations, that's just going to suck.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I prefer the marathon sessions. It only hurts for once and then you're on to new territory there.
Right. And then after a few days you start to itch really bad, and you're done after that.
What's the best cure for the itch?
The best cure for the itch?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, there isn't one.
There is.
What?
Is. It's the cure though, because you can't itch, you can't scratch, but you can fucking slap that motherfucker. Nice slap on that itch will fucking take care of that itch. And I've been in public and people who watch me fucking like slap a tattoo and like, what the fuck is that guy doing? I'm like, because the itching's part of the heal. It's really healing that itch, but you can't itch it.
Yeah, that's like slapping a sunburn right there, man. Maybe that's worse than slapping a sunburn.
Oh man,
When you
that's actually got me a few times. When I had the eagle done, that fucker slapped the whole fucking chest plate right here. Whack! There you go. Gotta set that thing in. Ooh, boy, I sat up like fucking fire on my chest. Holy fuck.
so when it gets to the itch part, is it still hot sensitive?
I think heat is just a sign of
Yeah.
fucking healing.
No, what I mean, if you're taking a shower, is it
Oh,
does it
yeah.
still
yeah.
get a
Oh yeah.
okay?
So when
Yeah.
you get to the itch, that's like getting to the peeling stage of a sunburn.
Oh, okay.
Because
Yeah, you can
a lot of
open like an
times,
oven door and he's fucking super sensitive to like that kind of heat shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
you walk
Okay.
outside, and that thing heats just the actual, ambient air temperature. When you walk outside, you're feeling it.
Again, I'm probably over embellishing a little bit. It's not that bad. It can be a little bit. It all depends on the you know what I mean? Some people don't take pain as well as others. But it's usually not that bad. Fuck, I've seen some women women can take some fucking pain on tattoos, man. You go see like same tat, same size tat guy. I've seen girls in this shop fucking get huge pieces, and I'm seeing fucking guys get in there and fucking just tighten up for fucking the smallest little. I'm done. I gotta come back. And then there's a girl in the next booth that's been there for fucking 10 hours getting her own fucking side done.
Yeah, and they're just sitting there reading their book, like
I
it's
think
nothing.
it's just like they can handle that childbirth pain. I think they're summarizing that up. You know what I mean?
It's something.
Yeah, I can do it.
I fell asleep when they were doing my leg, the back of my calf. I went in there. He's like, "All right, lay down." He throws the stencil on, and I felt it for about 5 minutes, and he wakes me up. He's like, "Hey, brother, you're snoring, man. You're snoring." Like, oh, cool. You're done.
Yeah, I slept through that. I got a little skeleton or skull face with he's wearing sunglasses that are red, white, and blue flag like in them. And I slept through that fucking one right there on the calf, same spot back of the calf. And I slept through this guy here. When that fucker got done, I was fucking snoring through that motherfucker. You know what you're to be when you sleep through a tattoo. Not only are you fucking whooped, but you better be trusting that fucking tattoo artist.
Yeah. The guy used.
You want to hear a funny story? Another funny tattoo story? Hopefully Pat's went to bed and not watching. We have a common friend whose birthday was yesterday. Happy birthday, Trio. I know I already told you, but if you're watching, happy birthday anyway. But quite the character. Both of them are quite the character. They've been friends for quite some time. Trio is in here getting a back tattoo, and actually it says "fuck you." It says "fuck you." Explanation point on his back, down his side. Well, Pat being the funny guy he is, and he is a funny guy. The explanation point is a fucking dick.
I knew it.
He didn't tell him he was gonna do it or nothing. He just fucking drew that motherfucker on there. It's permanent. He's got a fucking dick explanation point. I seen him mess with this lady the other day. She come in. She was a Michigan State fan. They were in a little group. All of them got like
Shout out Spartan now.
And he took a fucking marker. He didn't tattoo it in there, but he took like a blue marker and put it like an M on the fucking hood of the fucking kayak. And she's like, really? Because it was like on her back. She couldn't even see it. And like, he's like, yeah, man, fuck, I put it in there. And she's like showing her friends, it's really there. And she fucking started freaking out a little bit. He didn't tell her until like she was ready to leave. He kept telling her, I can fix it. I can put a little fucking blue and yellow around it.
Some blue and yellow around it.
Oh man. And then of course the slap when he was on the show there. Remember he came on, we were talking about Cheech and Chong, and he happened to be doing a Cheech and Chong. The guy, I don't think he's got the other one done yet, but he had like Cheech on one foot, on the top of his foot. Pat, come on, because we were talking about him showing the tattoo. I says, hey, Pat, don't fucking forget to slap that tat. He fucking, unbeknownst to the guy in the chair, didn't see it coming. And I was like, smack the top of that foot. And it sounded like when you slap a wet ass. You know what I'm saying? That's what it sounded like. It was fucking skin on skin contact. I ended up
man,
that guy like a month down the road. And he's like, he come right up to me too. I was like, I was working. I was on a ladder, fucking for the t-shirt guy. I was putting in that fucking door wall, and he comes right up. He's like, "Are you the guy that told me to fucking pat slap my tat?" And I'm like, yeah, I did. I told him about him smacking my chest. I'm like, that's fucking all part of it, man. We all kind of had a little laugh at.
And tip goes the ladder.
He didn't see the humor in it like I did, but fun
it must have hurt.
I'm sure
It's
it
a
did.
given though that like if you know somebody just got ink work done and you don't slap it without telling them, you're not a true friend.
It's like the old nut punches. Remember when you go by your buddy, whack,
Right. Right, the turkey cap, yeah.
Oh man, we used to do shit like that to each other all the time. Fucking growing up, some crazy friends, man.
Oh, we still do it.
Yeah, do you?
Oh yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Oh yeah. Come walking by with a little piece of pipe in your hand and just kind of nut tap somebody with it.
I hate to say this, but you remember the movie Waiting?
No.
You gave someone the goat?
We actually, there's this cat that fucking hired on our construction crew that tried to fucking get that shit going, and it almost played off for a few minutes. Couple of the fuckers were doing that shit. I was like, you fucking show me you dig it, I'm gonna fucking kick that motherfucker through your ass. You don't play that shit on a fucking construction site. This ain't no fucking movie and shit.
I'll get off nailed.
People are fucking nuts. People are fucking nuts. That's all I can say. Work can be fun. People can be fucking nuts. It's fun to play during work. Should be fun.
Dude, yeah, if you can't go to work and talk shit and joke and have fun, you're in the wrong place.
What we used to do at the warehouse is after everybody would go into the lunchroom, they park their lifts out there along the front and go in there and detach all of the oil and basically detach the whole front assembly so that the forks and everything stays there. So when they get on their forklift, they hop on, get it started, lock themselves into it, make sure everybody's clear of them, and then they take off driving backwards. And then when they go up to their first thing to pick something up, they realize that they don't have their forks in them.
That's fucking hilarious.
It was awesome.
Shout out to the Major General 420 Army in chat, man. I always enjoy seeing him show up in chat. And I'm not fucking with you when I say this, Major, because I know I've said it a few times, and actually there's been a couple times I've said it and you've ceased. I think it's because you thought I was pulling your leg or whatnot, but I missed the morning critiques, Major General. the show breakdowns, what you enjoyed, what you didn't enjoy. I greatly appreciate it. I miss it, buddy.
Hey, wait, I never knew I was being critiqued. Or is this before my time?
Before your time. Before your time.
Okay. Can someone critique me? I want to be critiqued.
Maybe you will. Maybe you will. Maybe you'll get that lucky. I'm asking for it, so maybe you will.
I just put up my 720 LED. Fucking banged it out finally. Figured out you gotta take it out of the box first. It was so amazing when I figured that shit out. Oh,
Did you just dump it out or what?
I fucking had to figure out how to cut the tape open first. I didn't know there was tape on it. I didn't know it was in a box. The picture looked like it's real, and I was like hanging the box up, and I was like, yeah, it's gonna work. No, I like to fuck around. But yeah, I got extra straps now. Ratchet, rope ratchet. Like 2 extras every time.
Nice.
Yeah.
Was that on low? Is it a variable?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't even check yet. I'm fucking tripping. That's probably fucking.
Don't be sitting there staring at those lights.
Now we're on low. I gotta get my mom's under here. All these clones that I just bought. They're gonna be the new mom project for my new shit. I don't want to go off my old shit no more. Just whatever that is. Let's see whatever that is. I just point at it.
I need to get set back up.
We got a minute to 420, I think.
A couple of minutes. Yeah. Better load it up.
All of those are my own creations. It's not like cat poop. I mean cat poop. Cat piss and dog poop. Fucking crazy. The combination. Cat piss and dog shit. Like what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, you got a whole freaking herd of dogs, man. Why don't you try the dog shit thing? See how it works out.
Oh hell no. No, the beetles out here eat all the dog shit before like, I even get to see it. Like,
Are you talking about the Miranda Family Farms cupcake dog shit?
Yeah, the cupcake method.
Is that amazing or what?
Right.
Not to mention they were drowning it.
Those little beetles eat all the shit before I even see it. Like, there's thousands of them, like everywhere. Well, not everywhere, but
I gotta clear out some more space in the garage. I want to set back up.
Yeah, you do.
oh,
I miss it.
I got the hookup for here, and I got the hookup. Got all this running. I've never run indoor in my life. This is my first time running indoors, so I gotta go like how I do outdoor. Like when I do outdoors, like fucking 5 pounds per plant and fucking 100 plants, and I fucking don't have to buy weed for 2 years after. So like, yeah.
You got a problem just like I do. I started in one room, and it went to another one, and then it went to another one, and then it went outside.
These girls out here, those train haze, the green phenome and the purple, the other purple phenome.
Hey, it's the 20, you guys.
Cheers.
It's the 20. Burn them up. Grab your pipes.
Cheers, y'all.
Some joints, your dabs. Smoke them.
Man, I said it right on 420 and I was muted. Damn it. Damn this mute button.
Yeah, it's a little harder on the phone when you get to mute. Like sometimes you press it and nothing happens. Like what the fuck? Oh, there it is. Done. Check out how bright this shit gets. Oh. That's gonna have LEDs up for tomorrow morning.
Yeah, I got me a couple of bike seats coming out. I'll be dropping those down here in the next few days.
Fuck yeah.
I'll take it upside the head with the bike seat.
I got one outside that's coming down in the next week or so,
Bike seat?
but I don't know how it's going to turn out. I don't expect anything from it from the way it looks. It looks really good, but it never tightened up.
Oh shit.
Holy shit. Boy, that Bubba Hayes really packs a punch.
Who makes that? You? Your cross?
What's that?
Okay, who made that?
No, that was a clone that was given to me.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and it was really frosty. And this one here, it was grown underneath the Bloom Plus 4000. And I got another one that's growing underneath the Spider Farmer 4000. And I'm noticing that I've got it's a clone too. They were both from the same mom, so they're same genetics. So I'm noticing better structure, better frost production, and it's really slimy. The other one before it was just slightly slimy, and you know it produced well. It did really good. Don't get me wrong. But this one here just seems to be. I like the light spectrum, man. I don't know what it is. Just a much nicer light spectrum. As I'm looking at the Bloom Plus, I'm seeing that it's more of a blue white throughout it with reds, and then on the Spider Farm, you got more yellows, blues, and you got the reds, and then as well you got the infrared as well. So it's got multi-spectrums. So it just seems to better spectrum.
Yeah, I want to throw my HPS in the middle of the two. When I'm done with this run, I'm going to take those two HPSs out and then put 1000 HPS in the middle of the two 720s. So I'll put the two 720s up and then the one HPS in the middle. And that's going to be my whole new setup and whenever this run's done. So, yeah.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, so it gets all three lights. Well, two different lights, really. Just the high pressure sodium, because you just need one 1000, really. I got two of them going just because I'm a fucking pig. I want to fucking get that shit done, you know? Fuck it. Hog up. Be a hog if you have to. Get that shit done now. Like, I want my run done. I got leaf hoppers I'm fucking fighting. Like, you can't do that. I can't spray shit on the buds, you know? Can't do shit. So, like, yeah. Competing with fucking bugs with leaf hoppers before they fuck up my shit. I wanted to finish.
Yeah.
What do you do
When you
for leaf
talk leaf
hoppers?
hoppers,
Who knows?
are you talking about grasshopper type leaf hoppers?
No, leaf hoppers. They look like little cicadas, like little fucking cicadas that are like smaller than my pinky fucking now, like a fucking weed seed. They're like weed seed size, the little fucking beans.
I've never even seen one.
Yeah, this is my first time seeing the motherfuckers too. I used to see them in the grass back in the day. They used to like make my legs itch and shit. They bite me and shit back out when I played baseball. I didn't know they were fucking leaf hoppers. Like, man, these motherfuckers are eating my plants. They suck the sap to the front of your leaf, and you see all the bubbles of the sap, all the sugar. Like, what the fuck? The sugar coming out of all my leaves. Leaf hopper did it.
That's true. Keep my eye out for that one.
Yeah, they live in the
Definitely.
roots. Like, they'll stay like right on above your roots. Like, it's where they make their babies, and then they go up to the leaf. They go suck the sap, and they fly back down to the soil, and you can't see them. You see little green
And feed
spots.
their
So
babies.
I burn them with a torch. Each time I see them hit the ground, I fucking burn. Sorry, God, I burn the fucking creation, God. Fuck me over.
Burn the wings off.
I burn them with this torch, this exact torch. Like, this is my right hand. I fucking, die, you little fuckers. I can't spray you with nothing. It's fire.
They said Norm Macdonald died in chat. Oh shit.
Oh, yeah,
Dude,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
funny
yes, he
as
did.
fucking shit.
Yeah, I
rest
forgot
in
to
peace.
mention that. Yeah, he passed away today. And
What did he pass
you
from?
know, well, he passed away from I believe it was a heart attack. Or no, it was cancer.
Norm
was cancer.
Macdonald? It was cancer, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
cancer. And I think he was on the mend in his cancer battle. But he went and got the vax, and not too long after that the cancer went crazy.
Don't get
Yeah.
that.
That's,
Don't get the bags. That's all.
And
hey
you
guys,
know,
I think
so
I'm gonna slide out of here. The wife's off work. She's home tonight, so I'm gonna go hang out with the wife for a while. So
right on, man.
Good call.
Tell her
I'll-
thanks for letting you hang out with us.
oh yeah, she's over here reading her book, man. She reads like a book a day. So
Oh
it's
man,
kinda-
that's awesome.
yeah. So
That's
for
the
me to be
secret
over
of the
here,
rich.
right? Yeah, but while she's doing that and I'm over here fucking talking shit with Eagle, she's content because I'm not bothering her. So
That's why they
Right
call
on,
it the
man.
better half. Man. That's why we call them.
all right.
Right,
So
yeah.
anyway, guys, have a great night,
Yeah.
everybody. Shout out to everybody in chat, and we'll see you on the next one.
All right, so Cal.
No,
Thanks, man.
Eagle, fuck you again for having us, brother.
Thank you, brother. Have a good one, man. That's a friend right there. That's a friend.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Cheers. Cheers, cheers, cheers.
Red pill.
I can't
What are
believe
you
there's still
smoking?
63 watching right now. That's pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah,
Everybody
it is.
jumped over from that other show. That's why we were all waiting for you to come on, and then fucking. There's nothing
What
to
other
do.
show?
So I go on.
There's other shows?
Exactly. That's what I was saying. The other day you
I
came
haven't
and
seen
called
it
us
yet.
home. You came and called us home. You went in there and said, "Yep." And fucking everybody said, "Ah, ah." You came running home. Came flying home. Like, Daddy Bird called us. We gotta come home. We gotta come home. In chat, we seen him. I seen him.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
funny. I didn't think you guys would read into it like that, but you did. That's what it was too. Yep, I'm on. Just a single word.
We were waiting too, but then we get caught up talking to each other on chat. Like, we don't even pay attention to whatever show it is. Like, every show that's live, I see everybody there. Marshall, fucking everybody.
I know it breaks my heart when I'm not on. I see you guys in the other chats like that. It does. Yeah, I get it. You guys got to do something. You know what I mean? I don't blame you, but it doesn't make me feel any. It doesn't break my heart any less.
Well, that's why I've never jumped. That's why I've never jumped on any of their shows, because they put the little shit up, their Zoom number, and I'm like, fuck that. Like, I ain't from your crew. Like, I ain't from this. It's not my set. That's not where I've been. It's not. Yeah, it's not my stomping
Respect to
ground.
you for that, man. I kind of appreciate that. I really do.
A lot of other guys do that too. Like, they just won't do it. Like, they get asked, come on, show. Let's see your garden. Let's see your garden. Like, no response. Like,
That's some love
can't
there,
do it.
brother.
It's
That's
Eagle's
some love.
garden.
I appreciate it, man.
It's Eagle's garden for a reason. Like, that's how I see the show. When I see it, it's like Eagle's garden. It's like, oh shit. Like, all of our gardens are his garden. So that's where we show our gardens off on his show. Nobody else. It's not fucking. It's not right to show your shit everywhere.
This project as it blossoms is my garden, man. I love watching it bloom.
Yeah.
Oh,
We are the Eagles guard.
yeah. We are Eagle's garden.
So you guys got any plans for today? Anything on the must-do list?
No, my next plan is to go to sleep. Shoot, you know what I did today earlier, Eagle?
What's that?
Midday. I got up, took myself a nice hit, you know, and I reached over and tapped it out without even thinking about making sure that it was out. Well, it dropped off into my trash can. And the next thing you know, man, I had smoke smoldering in my freaking house, man. Yeah, that cherry started up a little smolder pile down there. I walked through it to the bathroom, stuck it underneath the tub faucet, just turned it on, put it out.
I love me some
Okay.
hash, but I had burnt me some clothes off of like a hash cherry. You put the hash in the joint, and then that little
Yeah.
bit that falls off and refuses to go off. And I ruined some clothes with some hash.
That's
hold in my
one of the
throat.
reasons why I stopped smoking joints, was because the cherry would fall out because nobody would ever roll it properly, right? And that cherry would drop off and go in my lap and burn my pants.
No, it's making your clothes like more vintage and more fucking more one with you. The next
Well,
time that cherry would fall out,
it
it would've
wasn't
went straight
like
through
that
your
at
hole.
that time. Yeah.
You're like, I wasn't
Yeah, then
running.
it burns through your leg. Yeah.
Yeah, it burns right through. It just goes straight through your boxer hole, and then everybody
Right?
knows what
This is
happened
like
there.
singe the back of your leg. Yeah, that's good. Good stuff. Yeah.
So it used to happen to me every time I fall asleep. My bong, I pour it in my crotch, and I wake up and be like, "Fuck!" And I take a shower like again, dude. Every single day when I was a teenager, I'd wake up with my Jerome Baker just face down in my bong. I was like, "Dude, it's in my fucking crotch again. Like, gotta take another fucking shower every day." And one day I
That's too
didn't get
bad.
to. I had to go to school, smell like fucking bong water. It was fucking no good. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Great
reeky.
day.
Sorry.
Sorry. No, I cut you off there, brother. Sorry.
No, go ahead, man. You were saying
I was
great day to who?
DLP 2372 was checking out. I just wanted to wish him a happy day. Have a great day. There we go. That makes more
Have a
sense.
great,
Yeah.
yes, have a great day, DLP.
DLP.
That makes my day right there. What the fuck? That cheers, Gus.
Yo, cheers. What's up, man? How's it going?
Hey, Gus.
up?
How's it going, man?
Shit, I tried to
Hey,
hop
looking
on while
sweet.
I was out at Dakovich's farm, but I didn't have like any service out there, as you've seen.
Yeah. You were
So
having a
that
heck
was
of
a
a
little,
time with that.
yeah, I didn't want to like halt the, the wormhole or anything like that.
What earphones are you working? You sound fucking like a professional radio host or some shit.
This is
baby.
this is a Xbox. It's a Turtle Beach.
Gamer.
Holy shit.
It's a
Fuck,
Turtle
you sound
Beach.
fucking, you sound awesome. Holy shit.
Oh, thanks. It's like, yeah, I can actually take this mic off too. Like, watch, I can turn it off.
Holy shit. What's that?
I'm back, bitches.
Cheers, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
I went to check on the wife. She's fucking passed out, face down in a book.
Cheers.
Oh, okay. What's up, man?
Seriously, laying there, book in one hand, and she's snoring. Who jumped in while I was
Nice.
gone?
That's
Gus
Gus.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's
That's
up?
typical
What's going on,
stuff.
brother?
What's up, SoCal? How's it going, man?
It's going. I guess I'm up now. I was going to go hang out with the wife, but I guess I'm not.
Gus Groves supporting the one and only. Well, no, I dare take that back. There's two pink
Two pinks.
shirts.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm in the line
Yours
for
is
pink.
a different color. Yours is a different color than the other pink.
I love this shirt, dude. It's so comfortable. It's like one of the most comfortable shirts that I have in my closet.
Awesome. I very much enjoyed your gift of wellness too.
Oh, you
brother.
did? Cool, man. Yeah, I was hoping that you enjoyed that. Cool.
Oh, very much so. Very much
Cool.
so. Thank
Were you able to share the love, or was it
Oh
just?
no, I hoarded it all.
I love it. Thanks, dude. That's so cool. That's awesome. That's what I like to hear, dude.
I wouldn't even lie to you. I fucking ordered all that shit. It was good. I had a great time on air.
Cool,
A
man.
couple of times. I
Really?
split it up into probably twos there, and both times on air. Yeah, fucking. One time,
Cool,
man, I
bro.
fucking just like it came on like an hour in. I was like, he. I couldn't even talk, man. I was like, holy fuck.
Those are
Well
yeah, those are
medicated.
very good. I'm glad you enjoyed it, man. Grown with love.
You can
Yeah,
tell.
yeah. Those were the times where he turned the picture off. It was in background.
Very much so.
Glad to hear, man. That's awesome.
Back there beaming like a new star out in the solar system.
I think one episode it actually kind of delayed the start because I was like, "Whew, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I gotta wait at least another hour."
Dude, pertaining to what Johnny just said about a new star in the solar system, I love what you just said, dude. That was awesome. Like, I used to think, like, you know, I don't remember who said it, but I was like, oh, that makes sense, because I always feel like when you look up at the sky, it's like a reflection, you know? Maybe it's from Lion King, huh? Yeah, that's Lion King. We all learned that from Lion King.
Stars spell out sex.
No,
You're right.
Jack
You're
wants the
right.
Lion King
They do.
tattoo.
They do.
There's got to be a connection with Jack wanting that Lion King tattoo. It's funny you bring that Lion King up, and Jack was talking about the Lion King tattoo
We
earlier.
brought it full around, full circle now.
Yeah, that's that youthful programming.
Red Pill, you're right. It does spell sex in the fucking in the clouds. It's so odd, man. That
Our
there's
little innocent minds.
Well, that's actually par
Yeah.
for the course for a Disney movie.
What'd you say?
That's par for the course for a Disney movie.
Yeah, you're right.
You know,
Yeah.
I mean, look at Little Mermaid cover. Look at that one.
Yep.
Dude,
Yeah,
dude, I
one's
actually know
cool.
somebody who has that. Who literally has that. There's a big giant stone dildo at the top of the fucking
No way.
Castle thing, yeah.
Yeah,
Really?
dude, it's an original, it's the original copy. It's the original copy. Like, I know somebody who has the fucking original copy. And they showed me that, and I was like, "Get the fuck out of here! That's real." I was like, "That's real." I was like, "You just bought that at a gag store, didn't you?" They're like, "No,
No.
this is."
They took some heat for that.
And the funny thing is it's
Wait a minute.
It's one of
So,
those.
Cal, you said they took some meat for that?
Some heat.
Oh,
Well,
okay,
yeah,
okay.
some meat as well, you know.
What did I
about
do?
that. Go ahead. I'm sorry,
It's in
Cal.
Aladdin too.
I couldn't let that one slip by.
Aladdin's full of sex stuff, man. Aladdin's like the dirtiest one of all.
No kidding.
Yeah.
There's so much dirty stuff in Aladdin and Jasmine. Holy shit, dude. The way she was
Jasmine's
dressed,
a slut, dude.
she was fucking
Yeah.
bomb. Fuck. I had a crush on her my whole fucking.
Well, it's like you want to sit on top of the throne. You got to climb the castle.
Hey.
And they're like, you know, it's pretty fucked up.
I always had the hots for Whoopi Goldberg and the Page Master. Just me, only me.
No. That's when she was a hyena.
Page Master.
Hyena.
Is that what that book that
Yeah,
rolls around?
she was a romance book.
She was hyena number 2 in fucking in the
Hyena number 2. Yes, she was.
whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever we're talking about that movie.
Lion King.
Lion King.
Yeah. Kuma Matata.
Kuna Matata. Fuck. I'm fucking high as fuck. He's my friend.
That was
Told you,
good,
one
Robert.
joint makes me fall asleep, man. I'm smoking like my third one already. Fuck.
So I think I have a caterpillar, just one, on my fucking plant.
If you got one, you got 10.
Dude.
Yeah.
Well, listen, this is the crazy part. So throughout trellising, right? There's been times where I'm like, did I tear that off? Like, did I rip something on that leaf, you know? And then I was like, okay, I'll let it go because my plant's so healthy, you know what I'm saying? But then like now after stripping a bunch of stuff off, I'm seeing these like veins hanging and the leaf is eaten. And I showed somebody a picture and they're like, yeah, I think it might be a caterpillar, but there's not. Dude, I'm telling you what, they said, and they told me it could be like a really small caterpillar. Like it could be small. And I'm like,
what stage is this plant in?
I'm at week 5, 6 in the flower and it's indoor, dude. That's the weird thing.
It could be in your bud.
Yeah,
Really?
it's most likely. Do you have any bud that looks like the very tip top of the bud is a little bit dry and crispy and brown?
Dude, I think I just found one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's in there.
Take that whole bud off.
Yeah, start to look in the middle of that bud, and you'll find little black pellets, man, little black little specks of dirt, and then that's the shit. Then you'll find the worm right after that. I found thousands of those. Like,
see, but also, I had my girlfriend, shout out Cats in the Cradles. She fucking was taking care of my plants while I was at the farm, and so I don't know. And she put a sticky trap like in the plant. I was like, hey, there's like a little piece of bud on the plant. So I don't know if it was from that, like her tearing something up, but I did see something that was like dry and crispy brown. I was like, huh, dude,
you'll
if it's
notice more and more of it, like little dead bugs.
let's take a look. I don't know, man.
You got a green light. Nice. I can't check mine. I don't got it.
Bro.
I don't know how well you can see that, but there was one right here earlier.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, because all it has to do is get into the bud and then crawl out to go out to eat afterwards, and just shit. Kind of make the little
sleep in the bud.
They eat the inside stem. They eat the very, very little stem going in the middle of the bud.
Oh my Lord.
And then they would just fucking climb out to the bottom stem and they'd fucking eat the next tip of the bud all the way down the hill. I got to smoke all that bud early because it was ready, but
I better get you that shit too.
Yeah, I do a major inspection when you got the light on.
Michigan Ganja, Michigan.
Yeah, I'm gonna have
I don't
to,
know how or why I deleted your comment. So just want to throw that out there.
Say that again, Eagle.
I don't know how or why I deleted Michigan Ganja Misfits comment in chat. I looked down and it said deleted by Eagle. I'm like, how? I don't know. I just wanted to say no offense. I don't know what you said, but I don't.
Happens.
I didn't mean.
Eagle, that's easy to do on a phone.
I do that a lot. I do that every day on there.
Yeah.
I report somebody's comment and as fucking something every day. I'm like, oh fuck again. Oh well. I'm like, oh well. Every day.
Yeah, you touch something on that phone, it's gonna bring it up, and then you hit something else, and it's oh shit, I fucking put somebody on timeout for 300 minutes. 300 seconds. It's like, oh shit. Then I'm over there apologizing for being an asshole,
It wasn't me, it was my dog.
That's what all those things do. Or your pocket. You pull it out of your pocket and it's like, I was on some live net still. Holy fuck. Like I just fucked up everything.
That's too funny.
I mean, how small can a fucking caterpillar be?
They can be small.
They can be tiny, dude. I found one that was so small in my indoors, just one of them, that's all cracked out. So like that's how small it was, like a thread, like a little fucking piece of thread. I was like, what?
Oh no! Damn it! Dude. That's...
I was gonna say, hey, just fucking stuff that shit in a fucking corn husk, wrap that motherfucker with tinfoil, stick it in the attic, forget about it.
I honestly like to speed cure it and kind of I use a dehydrator to do that. When I do that, I never done the corn husk. That actually sounds pretty good, and letting it and not using the dehydrator at all. But so I'm going to show you guys my leaf right now. Hold on a second.
Oh, the one that got chewed up?
Around?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can hit.
I just fucking chopped the top off because I'm like fucking. I got enough plant to fuck with it. I kind of want to try it out anyway.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Okay, hold on a second.
I don't know how well you can see this. I'm trying to get the lighting right. But do you see that how that's kind of looks like it's kind of dead?
Yeah, that one's got it.
Yeah, that one had one. Then if you
Yeah,
go over here,
it's not
hard to
about
get the lighting, but
it's not about had it. You need to remove that.
oh, that's half of what was there.
Yeah, you get
Yeah,
that started, then it's off the top.
Look at these. I mean, and that's
Fucking seeds left in there. It's like 4 fucking seeds.
So, damn, dude. You're saying he can go in the right here? Like he can go through that stalk?
Oh yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like
And they eat
the
through?
corn husk. They go through the corn stalks really good. Like they go straight through the corn all the way down.
Damn, dude, this is some fucking dank bud. I hope there's not many of them.
If there's one, there's 30.
Yeah, they could make it.
Yeah.
They could make it a big problem.
So does that really? So that's totally like you're like that's caterpillar damage right there.
Yeah.
Because
Oh, yeah.
I don't have any other problems. Just that, like,
And they're ninjas. They're little ninjas. They hide very well.
Is that the only spot right there you had that?
There's like, oh, you're saying wherever I seen it, there's probably some there, huh?
Yeah, you just gotta look up the
okay.
branch.
Wherever you have it, you're gonna have some there.
Follow up the branch each time, and you'll find it just sitting there. I found hundreds of them. It takes minutes to like.
How do you find it?
Follow up where it's been eaten to where like
Okay.
there's nothing eaten. And then the bees are kicking it right there, just like curled up, waiting to wake up to be hungry again or to shit. They don't stop eating; they just keep shitting. You'll find the shit. You'll find little black pellets, little black shit.
Okay.
Like worm shit. Looks just like worm shit, but fucking up inside your buds and around your shit.
Well, oh my God, this is some dank bud though. And say this is the Mr. Nasty. It's GMO with oh, I see something kind of black on the end of this.
There you go. There he is.
Dude,
They'll
this
be
is
tiny, teeny tiny. I'm like,
Yeah, like a grip, the size of fucking little fucking.
Are you serious?
yeah.
Damn, son.
Like a fucking toothpick, like a little piece of the toothpick, like that little shit could be a caterpillar.
When you
going
see
up
them, you wouldn't even think that they could do that kind of damage.
And then they're green,
Oh my
so they
God,
match the
okay.
fucking bud. Like they match the bud, so you gotta like move it around. Then they got little trichomes on their back. They got little furry fucking backs. They look just like a piece of weed. So they're really camouflage.
Oh man. Okay.
Yeah, you won't even see them if you don't look for them.
Yeah,
I mean, they blend in so well.
They look like really good weed too. Like they're fucking super green and fucking all the fucking little crystals are stuck to their backs and shit.
They're like chameleons. They're like chameleons, man. Whatever they're eating, they look like it.
One of these guys eat them. I forget who eats them. I follow them on Instagram. They eat the motherfuckers. They find them and they eat them. Every
Hell
time.
yeah.
He eats my weed, I'm gonna eat that motherfucker. And I was like, that's down.
Yeah.
Okay, so those little caterpillars, I mean, they will literally be like, you'll find them like less than 1/8 of an inch long.
Oh my Lord. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
and then I mean they're teeny
I got some work
tiny.
to do.
Like
little
if you think of like the size of a maggot, you'll see them from that size.
Yeah, exactly.
And they will grow in there, and you'll start seeing them, 1 inch, 2.5, and fat. They get fat.
Yeah, they get real fat too.
They'll sit on a stem, and you will not see them until they move.
And then they will cocoon inside of your bud. Like they'll make a cocoon in your bud, and then they'll fucking flower out of that bitch as a fucking moth or a white fly or whatever it was. Like,
oh my God, that's exactly what the fuck. Did
That's
it, dude?
yeah. If you got a moth,
I
or a
seen
butterfly,
one
or
moth,
any-
bro.
that's
One
all it
moth did
takes.
that
One
shit.
moth,
They
dude. One
laid
fucking
one
moth,
egg,
bro.
and they will lay one egg, and they will, unless it already grew up and became a moth, then your problem's gone. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, he could have already became that moth, I guess. So yeah,
Because, dude, I like grow in a sealed environment. So I was
yeah.
very shocked when I seen this, and I was like, okay,
Yeah.
but a moth, I swear I killed a moth like today. So
Yeah.
Yeah, that
that's
could have been the
They'll lay-
caterpillar a week ago.
damn,
But then he could
dude.
have left babies too. He could have left eggs.
Yeah.
Want some pizza, Daxy? You
Yeah,
want
those
pizza?
the moths will lay eggs all over there. And then
Oh shit.
what you're gonna want to look for
Mm-hmm.
is when you got a little while to actually sit there and pull up a chair and just basically go through, look at every single bud and see if you can find like anything that almost looks like somebody drilled a hole in it. You'll see these little holes, like little tunnels, like worm tunnels that they're digging through. And you can track those little tunnels. You got to pull the bud apart, and spread it off the stem, fuck it up as you go through. But you spread that thing apart, and you'll start seeing little shits all over the place. It looks like an individual
Oh
worm
man,
casting.
okay.
Little black dots like that inside your green shit, and it's fucking
Yeah.
like, you're like, what the fuck, dude? Why is there dirt inside my fucking weed? Why is there soil? It's like, it's not soil. It's fucking worm shit or caterpillar shit.
Yeah,
Those
and
are coffee grounds, little coffee grounds up in your buds, and you'll be like, bingo, I got them motherfuckers.
Talk about Mr. Nasty, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, that's my
telling you,
first encounter with it.
There's some
Ever.
good looking plants though on Instagram. I know the shit looks
Thanks,
Well,
man.
yeah, hopefully it's not bad yet, Hopefully
Yeah.
it's not. You get on
yeah,
top.
It
I
looks
don't
like the
know.
buds are all structurally like, and now I'm
If they're
thinking,
all
though,
alive, if they're all
there's
living,
some,
then you're good. But if they're
there's
turning,
some,
if they look like they're ripening already, then you're bad. Like, so that means you decided you're bud.
right,
So
right.
hopefully
Yeah,
they're
I'm
not
seeing,
Yeah, it's been my
I'm gonna have to do a
experience that-
thorough.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always been my experience. If you see one, it's like they say, for every cockroach you see, there's 100 you don't.
Mm,
Yeah.
It's the same thing with these little fucking worms, man.
mm-hmm.
I've had them kill an entire plant in a week.
Damn.
So I had everything.
Okay.
I had everything automated, set up, outdoor, getting watered by an automated system out there with just, regular water while I was on vacation. And I came back and that whole thing was just fucking gone.
Yeah.
So,
Damn.
and it was the caterpillars.
That sucks,
Well,
man.
boys.
Sorry about that.
I'm muted.
I mean, that's bad news, but at least you're going to be able to tackle.
Yeah, I'm gonna go at it pretty hard tomorrow, and hopefully I can post some pictures on it and see what see what people have to say about it. Because I'd like to know, like, I wonder where they like, do the moths lay eggs in the buds? Do they leave, or do they lay them in the soil? They leave.
No, they leave
On
them
the
on the
back of the
plant.
leaf.
The underside of your leaves is where you're going to find most of your stuff.
Exactly.
Okay.
They look like little balls, exactly like little pellets for beta fish or something like that. Little spears, really tiny little spears.
I think I remember. I remember seeing that like outdoors. I think like but for bigger things. But damn, yeah. I guess I gotta bring out the scope a little bit. Maybe I don't even know. Maybe not.
Sad time, guys. Gotta wrap it up.
It's that time.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Guys.
I just wanted to show some love. Take
I
it easy.
appreciate it.
Right on.
I appreciate it, man.
guys.
I dig seeing that shirt, man. I was saying that the other day, man. That fucking makes it all worthwhile when I see you guys wearing them shirts, man. So
These shirts are sweet, dude. I appreciate you. I love the chat. I love all you guys. You guys are great.
You have a good day, man.
Man, have a great night.
Later.
Peace out, Gus.
Right on, Red Pill.
Yep.
I think I'll be the next one to tell Eagle, hey, fuck you again.
You just come back so you could say it again, didn't you?
I just came back to tell Eagle again, fuck you, man.
I appreciate it. Again, it's okay. Hope you have a good day, brother. Love you.
All right, guys. Yeah, have a great night, everybody. Everybody out in chat, you know. Remember, fuck Eagle for having us here.
Yep.
Peace out.
Peace out, SoCal. All right, I'll sign out next. I'm going to sign out next. Thank you, Eagle. Like always. I never don't ever have fun in the wormhole. It's always a good night. Love seeing everyone. So cheers, and I'll see you guys on another one. Peace out.
Good conversations, Rick.
Yeah.
Peace.
Always a pleasure.
All right, then. I am gonna hop out next. I'm gonna let Green Fingers do the last one again. Eagle, it was a good night. Glad we can hang out.
You, Johnny.
Good night.
You.
Glad we can hang out. Enjoyed every bit of the conversations that everybody had. It's really fun. Everybody in chat, thank you. Appreciate you hanging out. Peace and love always. Johnny out.
Peace out, Johnny.
Take care, brother.
All right, Eagle. Green fingers out. My fingers are actually green, but nobody notices. Every time I do this, it's like, but my fingers are green. Yeah. Green fingers. Peace. Love you, Eagle. Thanks.
Love you too, brother. Have a good day. Well, that does wrap up episode 480. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this. Sorry about the no shout outs again, man. I don't even have the paperwork to do it if I wanted to. I miss doing them. You always speak your gratefulness for everything you do. People that do things in your life, just make it known. Can't emphasize that enough. That's why I do them. That's why I still enjoy doing them. But you guys know the deal. If this is the end of your day, your routine, please get some rest. This is the beginning of your day, your routine. Take some time to love yourself. Get out there and try to do something nice for somebody. Random acts of kindness do save lives. I am a living, breathing example of that. Very grateful for this project. I love you guys. Have a great hump day. I'll see